Hello. Hello, testing, hello. Congratulations to Nas for being the first player to obtain the relic weapon Bravura. I definitely know what that is because I am a gamer that games and has played Final Fantasy XI for a very borderline excruciatingly long time. So I'm going to do a quick unrelated search. Bravura is a dog clipper, a very expensive cordless dog clipper. That's not what that is. Please hold. Final Fantasy XI. Bravura is the Italian for skilled and also bravery. It is used in artistic performances of music, specifically a competitive exercise, vocal or ... instrumental that is designed and intended to show the absolute extent of performers' abilities, talents, and virtuosity. It is a... I knew this, of course, but I'm just stating for the crowd. It is a great axe, level 75, damage 99, 488 delay, accuracy plus 20 with a chance to impair evasion. Attacks will sometimes do 2 times the normal damage. That is not reflected on the weapon itself. You're just supposed to know that. And it has the weapon skill Metatron Torment. Can we see what that looks like? No, shut up, self. Metatron Torment. Let's see if YouTube recognizes what this is, and it's definitely going to show me something like... Okay, Metatron. So it's going to show me a bunch of Metatron's Torment, Baphomet Cognitive Model Overlay. I'm not clicking on that. Metatron's Cube, Antichrist Spirit Rising. What are you trying to teach these players, man? Who is Metatron in Shin Megami Tensei lore? I don't think we're going to be able to see what this looks like unless we go over to NAS and do like a in-person interview, you know, right after he's done slamming back a series of well-deserved 40s. I don't know what a 40 is. I don't really partake in alcohol outside of like Mike's Hard Lemonade and or Seagram's Escapes or Escapes, depending on your parlance. How you doing, everybody? Everyone, it's me, Stoic, the guy that is in a toga and may or may not be a robot. Lore and background TBD. If you want to learn more, you can just buy the book on Amazon.com/80085/just Stoic things. That's not real. Don't look that up. I have no idea where that's going to send you. We're thieving today, man. Just like the day before that.
It's like one of my
and the day
Japanese
before that.
enemies.
And the day before that. And the day after this. And probably the day after that. My guess is that we're going to hit 75 at this current rate in 2 weeks is my personal guess. Depends on how sweaty I get towards the end. I mean, let's be real. I'm super sweaty. Because of my level of sweatiness, I even went so far as to purchase a new router, a gamer router. Ooh.
I am what the humans call thick.
A gamer router that has a gamer port for gamers, and that being what I am, my computer is directly connected to said gamer port. And I also got pizza today. Pizza Hut, which is like the equivalent in my own mind, IMO, LOL, to mall Chinese food, that is. And that it is sufficient for the purposes of tasting the class of food that I desire, but not find any particular overt enjoyment in it. You know, it's just there to, like, it's a little dabble do ya kind of situation. So I pre-gamed so I can game on my gamer router through a dedicated gamer port set to gamer mode. Does your gamer router have racing stripes on the side? It does not have racing stripes. It does have RGB that you could change, and to kind of match up with my personal computer, it breathes red. So it gives you the impression that it is like a living animal or something. You know, you can suss out your own internal headcanon if you so desire. Unlike last time, where I did not expect to get a party within about 45 minutes, much less within the first 3 minutes, I'm not going to search. Search comment is set. Level sync 60 plus only, please, because I don't have anything that's worth a dang TBH. Below 60. Yeah. Camp anything, experience friendly puller. So I mean, I don't know, maybe because I'm like, you know, a big time streamer now or whatever. I'm kidding. Please don't let me ever actually believe that. Don't even let me think that. Just don't let me think that. The longer that I'm able to stay in like a student mindset, the better for me psychologically and personally. Anyway, I'm not going to flag up until we're like 45 minutes to an hour into Shadow Hearts because I really want to play it. I had a taste of it, the intro sequence, that is, last time that we streamed, which was Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard in the year of our Lord on the 26th. And the intro was cool until until the emulator like spectacularly shat its pants. Perfunctorily crapped its trousers. Forgot what the word was. Word wrong for a second. So yeah, we're gonna take a deep dive today because I did the requisite amount of testing that I should have done beforehand, but I wasn't expecting the Xenosaga save state to be technically inaccessible to me. It did not corrupt. It is no longer compatible with my current build of my PS2 emulator. So I love that for me. I did not even know that that was a thing. I thought I was being a good boy by making sure that my emulator was updated. If anything, this teaches me, as it should you, is that any time that you feel like updating anything, including yourself, just don't. Just stay the same forever. Make no reasonable attempt to improve yourself. Just stay absolutely the same, if not degrade in some way, shape, or fashion. And let that be a lesson to you, because you know, if you try to be different, if you try to improve yourself constructively, it's going to be a bad time. That's what I learned from this enclosed experience. Please don't actually take that to heart. Please don't do that. Just in the context of my emulator, trying to improve it actually worsened my quality of life extremely briefly in a extraordinarily first-person kind of way. First world citizen kind of way is a combination of words that I wanted to use. So we're gonna be after the amount of testing that I did, we're gonna be getting into it in just a moment. Let me boot it up. I went through a little bit of a journey, and I promise I'll shut up about this soon so that you can see like late gameplay and all that. My emulator was set to Vulkan, which is supposed to tell the emulator to use as much GPU as the emulator wants, which in the case of Xenosaga was maybe like 15-20%, if that, of like the total horsepower of my system. It's a moderately high-powered system that can very easily run probably 4 or 5 copies of the emulator if it's so desired, or if I asked it to. In this case, when I tried to run Shadow Hearts the first time, I was basically like scrambling to put just something on the emulator, anything. It chose to use the permission given by my emulator to use as much of the GPU as it wanted. It took that to heart. It took that literally. It told me to hold its beer and then proceeded to use 99% of my GPU, to the point that every other program that was running at the time, including my capture software, Final Fantasy XI, you name it, like Hello Kitty Island Adventure idle game that I had going in the background, all basically started chugging super hard, lost like 80% of their frames. For reasons that are unknown to me, I swapped it to DirectX 12, and it gave me a gray screen on my OBS, so I swapped it from a window capture mode to a game capture mode, and as far as I can tell, it's happy. I didn't have to do the most accursed thing, which is what the wiki recommended to me, which was to set the emulator to software mode, which is to make it look like it did in ye olden PS2 times. AKA bad, just super bad. The pre-render textures, because they are just kind of like grafted onto the megabytes, as it were, is unaffected, just like text, except for like text boxes and stuff, because it doesn't understand what you're trying to do with what was at the time like a 360p image and tried to blow it up to like 1440p. So text do be looking weird, menus do be looking weirder sometimes. So yeah, we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do the thing now. It's time for me to shut up. Or is it? I hope that you enjoyed this mini tirade. I was prepared to go even further with it, but we're gonna just put it on the video again. If you're not familiar with what Shadow Hearts is, it is a horror turn-based RPG, as the emulator so helpfully describes on the bottom right of the intro game player window, which you should see now. It is spectacularly weird. It is a weird little horror RPG that deserved way more attention than it ever got. It certainly has reached cult classic status. It do be having a lot of ding-dong monsters that we may or may not see pretty quick, and I hope that Mr. Bezos understands that it's not me, it's the video game. The intro cutscene is not that long, so we're going to restart Shadow Hearts. I'm going to turn the music off once we get some kind of action on screen. The intro section isn't that long. It's actually pretty good. It has hokey voice acting that everyone loves. And everyone remembers from the time that they were a youth when, you know, voice acting was first becoming a thing, primarily in the PS2 era. I mean, my youth was probably like 800 years ago because I'm like a robot or whatever. That's a weird graphical glitch that didn't happen before. I hope that doesn't mean anything. New game. If anything is too loud or too quiet or too much macaroni and not enough cheese, please let me know. You're not going to be bothering me in any way, shape, or form. It's a lot of guts. It's a lot of guts on the stairwell. Traveling priest brutally murdered before sunrise. His body lay scattered in pieces as if savaged by a beast. His daughter, believed to have been traveling with him, is missing. There's going to be voice acting in a moment, and boy howdy is it some voice acting. There's never enough cheese, I agree. It seems to be hard for establishments and for macaroni and cheese provisioners to get cheese right. Like, the macaroni is hard to mess up because it's just like, aren't noodles like a grain or something? There's no like, I know how food works. I'm like a botanist or whatever on the side, but just asking for a friend. There's no like noodle plant, right? That like grows out of the ground and has like a little macaroni noodles on it. Oh, he's so dapper. He's so dapper and kind to that implied elderly woman. Almost said elderly young woman. That's not how that works at all. Ooh, is that our main protagonist? There's no grade F or grade A noodles. Noodles are noodles.
It's already past 2300, and it's still a long way to Fengtian.
Major Tsuji, what is this about? Why the special train in the middle of the night to escort this girl to Japan? She looks pretty ordinary to me.
Could this be the priest's daughter?
There's no telling what the big shots in
I don't
Tokyo
actually know. I'm just
thinking. Next time I see you know
just
who,
guessifying.
I'll ask her, okay?
No, my grape jelly. This is what happens when you eat too much jelly, kids. You spontaneously die. That's why you need to mind your diet. I don't know why, but something tells me that this guy means business for one. I wonder if he's after the girl.
It's you.
Yes, Roger Bacon. I'm honored that you remember me so well.
Oh God, get out of there.
Come along quietly, sister. Ah, a new actor in our play.
Actor. Can we all make a mutual agreement today and just say that word like that? Actor? Like in Star Trek Voyager when, whatever the security guy. I can't believe I forgot his name given how many times I've seen Star Trek Voyager. Whoa, he has superpowers too! Where he says like sensors. This was probably made on an extraordinarily small budget, so like just give it a chance. I know that it's 3D bordering on like accidental claymation looking territory, but just let it cook, all right? Okay, so far my computer seems to be handling the situation infinitely better. It's not chugging itself and everything down to 20 frames, which is a good sign. I'm going to save state here, and we're going to take a lesson from Xenosaga, which is to actually save it in the in-game memory card, because if your save state becomes inaccessible because you updated too much, apparently your best bet is to copy over the save memory card to the new build and then proceed from there. Also, one of the best battle themes. I cannot tell you how many times since the last time they booted it up on Wednesday, how many times I've listened to this while working. It too makes me want to kill demons, you know, while I'm processing the most mundane forms known to man. So one of the interesting aspects of this game in particular is that it operates like a conventional turn-based system does, with the exception of the Judgment Ring. A ring is going to pop up, which you can see on the right-hand side, and it's going to have certain areas that are considered regular attacks and red areas that are considered areas you should aim for that are smaller in order for you to do more damage. So if this means anything, like Super Mario RPG, if you time your attacks right, you can do additional damage or defend additional damage. In this case, there's going to be multiple segments that are going to pop up. Yeah, right there I missed. So he should do 2 attacks, or it's just gonna maybe do a fraction of the damage. So maybe that did like 2/3. Genuinely a very interesting experience. So we actually hit 3 times there, so it did 15 overall. I don't remember, because I beat this probably like 15, 20 years ago, to be honest with you. I don't remember how much the Judgment Ring affects. Oh, we have like helpful heads ups. You received a mana leaf. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, you really got to get a guy in here to clean this stuff up. This does not look good for your staff. I am the chosen one, the rude hero. Up there. The game does a very good job with its pre-rendered backgrounds. You're a persistent little rat, aren't you? Roger Bacon says. You ain't getting away, Pops. Also, can I get my agent to please put a center bar and post over Alice's behind? We don't know that that's what she's called, but that's her name. We can fusion into something called a Death Emperor. So you have the Judgment Ring that sets this game apart from other turn-based RPGs on the PS2. What also sets it apart is that, similar to like Shin Megami Tensei and Persona, although I think that this also came out like in tandem with those games, you can acquire different forms during the span of the game, and they give you certain benefits and, you know, presumed negatives. So we're going to turn into something called the Death Emperor. All the artwork in this is incredible, by the way. I don't remember what any of this does. We're not supposed to win this, I can guarantee you this. We're gonna raise our special attack power a little bit. Okay. Evidently, we're just not. We're just not gonna do that. Let's try it again. So it seems like this first area is like a requisite for even being able to do it. It's a risk-reward system that's totally incumbent on you to take advantage of. 50% for a whole turn. Don't mind if I do. And now we're gonna drain his MP. Ooh, we got a perfect on that one, boys. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow!
He's not doing very much damage to us, but I feel like this is a it from Xeno's Gear situation where he's gonna push my shit in any moment. Living Darkness me. Don't mind if I do. That seemed like it did very bad. What did you just call me? Special attack power 30% up. How come he's so much stronger than me, huh? Alright, let's just attack him. Okay, that was way better than spending 20 MP on basically nothing. I remember, even though I beat this game at least twice, that there's your perfunctory religious allegory, and we're dead. I knew that there was gonna be. I knew it, dude. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you for joining. This is where the game ends. Oh wait, he's still talking to us. You're stronger than I expected. Ah. Now, foul monster, you shall cease to be. No, you. Oh my god, dude, he's doing something to me.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What on earth?
Base is under attack.
Rest in peace, headphone users. Ah, yeah, the good old punch in the face. Oh, it's so squishy. Ah, yes, the villain Bacon, of course. Yeah, dude. Tremble in fear before Mr. Bacon. So he started off in France. There's a newspaper clipping of a priest being turned into chunky ketchup all over the sidewalk. And his daughter is missing. It can be reasonably presumed, and I'm not spoiling anything because I just don't remember, which is good. It's good that it's been so long for me. It's enough that I remember the game is good, but not so much that I remember specific plot points. I'm assuming that that daughter is her. I don't remember who this guy is in relation to her. Pressing the square button during the submap or world map will open the menu. I can save on the main screen. Don't mind if I do. Create a new file. I like how it simulates the saving. It probably saved quasi-instantaneously, right? As soon as I press the button, but the fact that it still shows me like a loading bar is interesting to me. Please, Mr. Game, tell me what I need to pay attention to. Judgment Ring decides your fate in battles, events, and shops. I forgot about that. I thought it was just battles. Judgment Ring consists of a bar that swings around the ring in specific areas. Okay, did I accidentally skip it? It just says, rings combining many variations of these two elements appear in the game. Alright, back attack, cross attack. The monsters you encounter may attack you from behind or front and back. Okay, that's pretty straightforward RPG type stuff. Using a Judgment Ring item. Okay, so to even use items, you need to succeed in the Judgment Ring. That's interesting. When you fail to complete the ring, no item will be used and your inventory won't be affected. So like just doing basic shit relies on you having the skills to pay the bills. which is horrifying and awesome at the same time. Step areas, help me step bro, are 1/4 strips of green on the judgment ring that lead to the hit areas. Okay, so far this is all stuff that I know. Modulation areas are colored in a gradation from white to green. The effectiveness of your skill is modulated depending on where you hit the X button. So you want to make it the most green that you possibly can, although if you pass beyond the green point, then you get nothing. In which case, you're only... What is a FAQ? FAQ is an abbreviation for frequently asked questions. Interesting. Can't attack very well. Judgment Ring may take some practice, so basically it's telling me to get good. If it's still difficult, try some items that slow down the bar rotation or widen the hit area, aka engage baby mode. The important thing is to keep practicing. It's not too difficult. It's like stop being a baby, just like do it. That's pretty cute. That'd be cute. Do I have any equipment to speak of? I doubt it. I have a cotton shirt and that's it. All right, let's progress. We're gonna play this for about, my guess is another 20 minutes to a half hour. Unless there is specific strong requests, general desire, a population initiated venture to get me to continue playing. Yo, they're finally coming too, huh? If you're looking for the train, it's long gone. Pretty exciting, huh? You getting a tingly feeling? Right about here? Can you not? I know this is like the early 2000s, but just don't, man. I know that you're like a rude hero. But just because you're a bad guy does not mean that you need to be bad guy. No, stay away. Stay away, I haven't even done anything. Stay back, please, I can't. No, I can't do anything. Huh? Where do you think you're going? I'm telling you, it's not safe that way. Give me a break. Don't run off like that. Eventually, he does get redeemed. He is redeemable. A mysterious point. Mysterious voice. Dark and light. Reunited. Oh, there's voice acting. Is that the Dark Emperor in my brain? That hurts. Not that damn voice again. Stupid voices. Okay, I got it. I'm supposed to protect her, right? If this is a devil and angle type situation. I feel like there's something in that water that I need. Is there a fishing minigame in this? I don't remember. I received a pure leaf. That's interesting. It's already telling me that there are things in the environment that I may want to go off the beaten trail for. Let's see how long I tolerate that. Eek. Don't mind me, just taking a roundabout way so I can get all sorts of random encounters. Is she always passing out, dude? What are you doing? Wake up. Were you attacked or something? I told you it was dangerous. Looks like I'm the what? Okay, this guy, I'm not gonna read. This guy is gross. He starts off gross. He gets better. I do remember that. He's basically implying that he was gonna consider doing something inappropriate. Wonder if she'd mind if I... This is not one of those kind of games. Maybe it is one of those kind of games. This game is kind of weird. Girl, don't just lie there like a dead fish. Get up. I bust my hump saving you, then you take one look at me and run off. Then you faint. You got no manners. A monster just suddenly... Yeah. There's a lot of hungry wolves and blood-sucking bats around here. You're probably attracting them. You smell pretty good, you know? Okay, dude, this guy is a cringe lord. He does not get outside very often, apparently. Anyway, don't run like that. Run off like that, okay? If I don't do like the voice says, my head's gonna split open. A perfectly normal, well-adjusted thing to say to somebody that you just met and rescued. So when there's something is pretty damn insistent that I protect you. Protect me? That's right, it's always go protect that person or go to that town. Stupid voice jumps in my head all the time, and now it's ordering me to protect you. Anyway, at least I'm never bored. Wherever it tells me to go, there are always plenty of monsters. That's why you were on the train? Yep. But thanks to that voice, I'm changing from your ordinary bad boy type into a real psycho. What about you? Are you a psycho too? Do you see weird things? Do you want to see my anime figure collection? Including this one that looks like a lady in a bikini that is for some reason in a human-sized parfait, which was a real item that I did see available for sale in my GameStop. What a descent GameStop has embarked upon. Well, you don't seem quite like me, but whatever. We can't just sit in here and chat. First, we gotta find a place to rest, and I'm getting hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm dead. I almost forgot. My name's... We're just gonna name him Yuri. Normally, if I get the option of, like, naming a character after myself if they're a main... if they're a main one... in this case, because of the way that this guy has proven that he is, I'm no longer comfortable naming myself. Naming him after myself. So we're just gonna call him Yuri. That's what the box art says he's called. Yuri, I'm Alice. Default names are fine. Alice Elliott, please call me Alice. I could have named him like Jackass or something. That'd probably be more applicable. Alice, huh? Even her name's cute. Can you please?
My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
War never changes.
I got it. I won't touch you. Right, we're off. Just like a modicum of like self-respect is probably advisable. All right, we're not gonna fusion unless we feel that we really need to. I miss. I suck. I'm bad. The game is appearing fit to have mercy on me. Okay, so she's a white mage then. This is good intel. Her ring is very unforgiving. Double attacks though, dude. Don't mind me while I punch this wolf to death for just basically doing nothing other than what its instincts entail. It's just trying to survive out here, man. Smack it with a book, talk about knowledge is power. True. I'm not gonna save state because I feel that most encounters are gonna be relatively on rails like this. Oh, I want it so bad, dude. I need to get into the habit of hitting these sections of the rings that I should. Nope. The timing on that one is going to be hard. Wow, it lived. Terrible. Stop. You're gonna get me. You're gonna get me turns of service if you keep making sounds like that. There we go. I'm telling you, man, this soundtrack goes hard, dude. The craziest ooze of all time. Oh, we leveled up. That's what I'm talking about, dude. I wonder, is it like, does she get? No, she does not get. Does not get her health back. That's good intel. Let's go this way. There was a path that was leading down into the river. I don't think it was going to allow me to go that way. But we will try to go back. I'm going to save it here. Actually, no. I'm going to wait for him to stop talking. Tisk, a dead end. Maybe if we do something with this sluice gate, we'll be able to cross the river. Huh? Of course. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Right. Yeah. Yeah, sure you were, bruh. Anyways, let's have a little search then. So kooky. All right, let's save state here. And we're going to go back to the river and see if I can go into like the little subsection of water here. If we can. then we'll see where it leads. I very much doubt that it's gonna let me. Why won't this streamer ever get good? That's a fabulous question, Mr. Chatter. I don't know. Nope. I'm basically hitting it in like the same general areas each time. It's gonna be pertinent for me to wait maybe like a half second longer than I would normally. A big part of this game, as previously mentioned, is risk versus reward. I'm getting closer. And no game really since that I can remember has implemented something quite like the Judgment Ring system, where it's like you can take a... Okay, let's see. Nobody's going to be crossing this. That's what I thought. Is there anything in this area that we left behind? There's not. I'm going to save us time. We're just going to go back here. Look at that. The wonders of modern technology. No good. This thing's rotten. We'll never get this gate to move. Closest thing I could think of is Legend of Dragoon's combo timing system. That's actually a really good reference. I had forgotten about that. You have to find a way to lube up this sluice gate. No good. This one's rotten too. Can it just not be rotten? I need to pass. How many wild animals am I supposed to kill today, man? Ooh, look at that, dude!
Slow down, I'm gonna spurt. Sorry.
Amazing. What is that? Like a 30% damage increase? Or is that copium? I'm not sure. Nope. I let the tryharding get to my brain. Rob Cooks 2 says nice. First time chatter. Thank you so much. Let's just pretend that I also perfected the secondary attack. What a nice...
Ooh. Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
He's cooking. He's gaming. Ah. Hers is a little bit tougher. Copium.
Fan the flames, mold the metal. We are raising
Holy
an
criminy
army.
Christmas, Lady M. Thank you so much. Coming off of your 12-hour stream, something like that. Always the requisite professional. How are you doing? I'm sure exhausted. Did you continue playing Final Fantasy 14, or did you finish up Chocobo digging and then move to what I presume would be Final Fantasy 9? Maybe a little column A, a little bit of column B. I have no embarrassing clips to show of you today. Do not worry about that. I promise you that I'm not going to have a full-on event where I cycle through in a compilation manner all the nice things that you've said about me in sequence. That would be ridiculous and kind of weird. So why would I do that? The sluice gate, it looks like it'd work if I had a handle. Maybe you should get a handle on this, man. And I'm fine. Yes, all the columns. Thank you for not doing that. Oh man. You don't have to worry. The one time in band camp, what happens in band camp stays in band camp. Yeah, kick that animal that's minding its own business. If you think about it, this isn't very much different than Final Fantasy 11, right? I mean, everything is out to kill you, and you just gotta kill it first. If that ain't the most American thing that I can think of, I don't know what is. It just so happens that, you know, just like real life, where if you're about to engage in Mortal Kombat with someone or something, a Judgment Ring appears in the bottom right part of your vision. And basically, if you don't hit all points of the Judgment Ring, then you get your bull mess pushed in. What is this? I'm assuming it's saving. Wow, she gained a... What is this? Why is it glow? It spins. Did you just beat that bat to death with a book? I did, and I do it again. It's not going to be the last time. What is this? Do I want this? I feel like this is saving. It is saving. I'm the dumb one. How far would you, if you're still here, Lady M, because I'm sure that you want to head off to like do literally anything else but like engage with the streaming landscape. How far are you in Final Fantasy IX if you are still here? Or someone else can tell me. It's been a long time since I played the game. So it'd be interesting to know. Am I dead-ended already? The thing is that the game told me that I need a handle to open the sluice gate. It also told me that the handles of the other sluice gates... I ate that for me. The handles of the other sluice gates are too rotten to use. 9, I just got my boat, and now I'm going to go to a palace under the sand. Last I saw you, you were in the Black Mage Village. Quaying harder than anyone has ever quayed in their lives. And I do remember enough about the Black Mage Village to have a general idea how far you are. But Final Fantasy IX is very good about player freedom on the world map. So perhaps I, in actuality, have no idea where you are. So either I know exactly where you are, or I just don't at all. Can I take it off of these? Okay, so I'm getting closer. The gate itself is all rotten, but the handle might work. Okay, then let's get this a go. Oh no, it's gonna make me QTE by it's gonna make me QTE the treasure chest. Please no. Press the X button at the right time. Ha ha! No! Please God! Can I do it again? Just let me do it again. Just let me do it again. This time it'll be great. I've changed. I'm a better button presser this time, I swear. She does not believe in our abilities. Leave it to me. Huh? Oh, it slowed it down for me. Are you kidding? It engaged baby mode for me. Let me double check. It's making your messages to me very large because it wants to emphasize to me that you are a raider from Lady M's channel, even though you're Lady M herself in the flesh. I did a lot of chocobo digging lately. It was my second visit to the village. I'm now after Kuja. Okay, so you're pretty far along then. M still refuses to give us a sensual quay. I'll do it. Hang on. Let me clear my throat. Are you ready? Ready? Quay. Is that good? Does that do it for you? Did you like that? Do you want me to do it again? Quay. What? Why am I being creepy? They love it. Look at them. Look at their collective faces. They love it when I do and say stuff like this. I suppose we can continue on now. My wife is criticizing my work. Oh baby. That's hot. I told you they would like it. They love it. Look at all that dopamine rushing into their system simultaneously. One handle is enough. Okay. Can I get the treasure chest, please? Slow escape me. Perfect. Little rusty, but I ain't complaining. That's what he or she said. Lamau, can I... was that a funny thing? Was that a funny thing, audience? All right, we have sluiced the gate. I would like my treasure chest now. Please give me my serotonin. All right, wolves, prepare to get fisted. Amazing. You starting to believe? So the reason why I'm hitting these so regularly now is not because of any improvement in my own ability. He says he clearly misses every single target point of the next ring that comes up. It's because I'm gaming on a gamer port on my gamer router. So I may or may not have a inbuilt edge hardware-wise. I mean, I am the hardware. You know what I mean? But like I have even more hardware. I basically have the equivalent of like a cybernetic implant from like the Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Oh, clipped fight. Clipped. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Hang on. Let's see what you clipped. Okay. That's good reaction time. Now you have something on me. Now you can play it when I show up on your channel. You can play that. And on our dance goes. Let me make sure that I'm not showing you anything untoward. I'm not. Okay, browser show toggle. Is it showing correctly now? It is. Look at that. You should be able to hear it now. Ready? Is that good? Does that do it for you? Oh God.
Do you want me to do it again?
Man, I'm getting the vapors just watching that, and it's me on there. So many levels of fuck yes, and then a bunch of extraordinarily cute emoji spam. I'm here for the shadow hearts. Heart, and then faints. In RP. Looks like it'll take a while for the water to drain. Hey, I say we take a rest over there. Right. Stop! Get away from me! Get away from me! This is my no-no square. We've established this. I'm working right now. God. Always touching me. And on my... Never mind. She's asleep? What's all that about? She's got some nerve. Yeah, to hell with it. I'm just gonna... Don't... Why are you like... I don't remember the dude being like this. He's gonna... Surely he has like a redemption arc pretty soon. No, don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. No, don't touch me there. You talking in your sleep? Don't scare me like that. Boy, why am I stuck protecting this damn girl? It's because a voice in your head told you to. Oh, please, don't tell me she's dreaming about her dad. Why would you conclude that? Woo, I'm getting a bit sleepy myself. Oh, no. It's El Diablo. What the? This aura, it's... Oh, ads are starting soon. I'm sorry. 90 seconds on average. Just bear with it. I am gonna flag up now though, because we're at the 45-minute mark. All right, we're gonna pause this for a sec. Okay, we're gonna pause this for a sec to make sure that nobody misses anything that does not happen to be subscribed. We're gonna turn music temporarily back on, and then we're gonna go check the auction house because I've been meaning to anyway. And then we will return to the Shadow Hearts for another 15 minutes or whenever the cutscene ends. Oh, you're still blocked, professional streamer. Don't mind me. Aura. I already took a look at most upgrades that I could acquire. We're rocking a Dark Steel Kukri +1, which is what the Thief section of the Horizon Discord most often recommends for a main hand until Harp becomes available. As I'm sure that you well know, there are two harps. There is a... I'm talking about the blade kind, not the instrument kind. There is one that has 3 more damage than the other. Let's see. Okay, well, the regular harp is not here, but it's exactly the same level as this Hopladays harp. The Hopladays harp does 3 less damage for the same level. It's rare. But can you guess how expensive the harp is compared to the Hopladays harp? I will give you a hint. Fucking. It is fucking expensive compared to the regular harp. This is like 25k, which at this level is not too bad. Let's look at how expensive the regular harp is. 450,000. So like let's just do math. So like 45,000 minus 25,000 divided by 3, you're basically paying 142,000 gil per extra damage that you're gaining on the harp. I'm sure that this thing is very rare and annoying to get, but there is definitely a best in slot tax that's associated with a lot of equipment that doesn't really need to be there, including on food. And before I forget, one piece of advice that I will give you and stress to you is that if you are trying to get any piece of equipment or food, try first to make a bid at an extraordinarily low number, like what seems to you to be a ridiculously low number. Aura. Because there are degenerates, psychopaths, jokers, people that wake up and choose violence in this game and sell food for like 1K under the floor. Sometimes even more than that. It truly is staggering. So like, you're honestly doing the whole market a favor by not even 100 gil T-Bago. I would aim like 1,000 below. If you think I'm kidding, I'm not. There was in the before times, in the long ago, bison steaks used to go for like 8,000. No longer. They now go, or used to go for as low as like 3,000. It takes 2,500 to make it. What happens is this cataclysmic shift in the number in the guild number that people are willing to pay when they just want to get their profit back as quickly as humanly possible. So what happens is that all it takes is one person to call the bluff and try to buy something at like 1,000 below whatever the last sold is, causing everyone else, or at least most people, except for the people that are like diamond handsing on like GameStop stock and shit like that, they will pull off all their stock and then relist it for 500 plus under that what they believe is the new floor. So if you're considering getting into cooking, it's recommended, if only because it is extraordinarily cheap to level up. Everybody needs food. You need food. It's helpful. It means that you can make things at cost, except for sushi. Just don't make sushi. Don't ever make sushi. And that's not me trying to psyop you into making sushi, or not making sushi because I want to have the sweet gains, the profits for myself. It's because I'm trying to spare you the psychosis that it induces when you realize, after you just do a quick bit of math, some napkin math, that the amount that you spend on sushi to make it is the same or even less than or even more than what you stand to gain from it. The only time that you make profit off of sushi, whether you get ingredients yourself or not, is when you +1 on things. And that's not really reasonable to aim for. There's food items out there that can make you a lot of profit that may not sell as quickly or flashily as something like meat myth kebabs or something, but it's out there. It do be out there. And if people want to hear me go on and on about that forever at some other point, let me know. Looks like ads are gone. First bid is always 100 gil, unless it's cheaper than that. Things that sell for 3K sell for 400. Give us Shadow Hearts back. Oh, she's so angry. It's gonna come back on. I'm putting it on. Would you just?
I will send you to Jesus.
Yes, Queen, slay, slay.
All right, look, it's back on. Stop yelling.
Slay your enemies.
God. Okay, where were we? Oh, let me flag up. That's right. I mean, like, if we don't get a party within like a reasonable amount of time, then we'll make our own. At last, we meet. Father, what are you doing here? Father? What? I don't remember this. We'll come to visit boy. The souls of the monsters you've killed are quite lonely. Souls of the monsters? What a lovely face. And yet I must show proper courtesy. It's thanks to this woman's power that I'm even here. Are you her dad too? But I... He's not saying this. Her power? What? Is this like a Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker type situation? Have you noticed this world overflows with the ghosts of the monsters you've slain? The gates of eternal darkness is closed until now. This woman is causing it to open. The ghosts sealed inside the darkest depths of your heart. They call to me, boy. And they demand that I devour your very soul. Say away. You're not my real dad. I mean, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good for being your dad. You look about the same age, fox face mask or not. They didn't respect me until I put on the mask. I forget what that's from. I cannot turn into a fusion monster. It is not allowed. Ooh!
Slow down, I'm gonna spurt. Sorry.
Hello, Monophis. How you doing? Dino dance to you too, my friend. Okay, I feel like this is another one that we're supposed to lose. So I don't regret leveling cooking. I did it once on Eden, and I did it again on Horizon. The total experience felt about the same between the two. I'm gonna get one shot. He's silent hilling the environment. I do regret buying the key item to make sushi. With the exception of Ikra Gunkin, I have been reduced to almost nothing. Can I heal myself here? Very good. If I had not spent the guild points... Oh no, he's turning it to my thing. That's my monster. How come he could do that, but I can't? I can't even turn on my thing, dude. I'm sure there's some kind of prescient reason why he can become the thing that I became before, and that I am not allowed to do so to him. He's like, this is very much like a you versus her boyfriend type situation, or whatever the meme is. But if I had not spent the guild points on getting the sushi making key item and on Horizon, I would probably have the furniture item by now. Maybe this isn't something I'm supposed to lose. I'm not sure. Doesn't your SP have to be maxed to use that? Oh, he's okay. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't. It just doesn't matter.
Wow! Congratulations!
Oh, I remember this place. You unlock your various forms here. What's going on? I feel like he drained my SP at the very beginning. Probably in a scripted way. This is just like in my dreams. It's just like one of my Japanese animes.
God, inhuman reactions!
Where is he? Ikra Gunkin is one of the few types of sushi in Final Fantasy XI that I have found to be profitable consistently. Like per stack, especially if you're high qualitying, you need to be either 97 with synth support or just a flat 100. You need to be capped out on it to have a 25% chance to high quality the Ikra. It does really well. It's the only sushi that I've found that makes money. Probably because it is a huge pain in the arse to make. So it's right up there in terms of annoyance to gather all the ingredients for, just like spaghetti for the people that use it, or what else am I thinking of? Coral subs, where you have to make sure that you use normal quality coral saute. Yep, this is it, all right. The graveyard from my dreams. Oh man, I don't want to be remembering this. Hey Stoic, how are you today? Tom, I am even better now that you're here. My day was already good, but now with you here, I feel complete. If that makes you feel weird, even a little bit tingly, that's okay, dude. Just, you know, let that wife, she has a pillow. She has a pillow, and she knows she has a pillow that she's not supposed to have, so she's like feeling a little frisky. Did she tear it? Yeah, it's her pillow now. She's like, all right, a-holes. I mean, at least it wasn't like the replica of herself. That would have simulated a lot of very confusing feelings in me. It does make me feel tingly downtown. Me too, brother. Do you want to do like a number 4? If you're not familiar with what number 4 is, it's when you and your best bud hold hands while you're playing Shadow Hearts together. Thank you, Tom, for donating 2,000 to the Hot Tub Stream 2 Extra Streamy Edition Challenge, where I'm going to up the cringe factor somehow, in some way, by some measure, over the Hot Tub Stream challenge that we had completed before. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, check the highlights section or go to youtube.com/@ProStoic and you'll see it. It's one of the last few videos. I donated 2K to it and it wasn't thanked. Rude. I am so sorry. Extra super duper pooper scooper thank you, Sparkles. This is why you're a vision of loveliness, is because you're so, not only are you so wonderful to interface with, but you're also forgiving, like a goddess. Are there even going to be bigger Hubabo Gazongas? If I can help it, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to one up the water balloon boobas, but boy howdy am I going to try. Now's the part where I get lost and wake up in a cold sweat just as a monster's about to eat me. No. Nothing but trouble ever since that freaking voice showed up. Maybe I've lost it completely. First, Dad jumps out of my nightmare and shows up right before my eyes, and now I'm in the dream. And what's this cuff doing on my arm? And why is it talking to me? And was that a freaking dragon? I saved that girl and don't get so much as a smile. Come on, aren't they supposed to get all dewy-eyed? Oh, Mr. Yuri, thank you so much. Smooch, ain't that how it's supposed to go? This guy does not go outside. Sky level sync 65. Yes, please. All right, we're gonna finish this line of thinking, and then we're gonna go do Sky stuff. We're exactly an hour into Shadow Hearts, so it's more or less like on time. I do want to continue playing. If there is downtime from here to whenever, we will boot it back up. Oh man, now I'm all depressed. Okay, I am a sync, which is not reassuring. But sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. If anything, that just means that once I get there and somebody else says, by the way, I have to go, and they're the red mage, and no other red mage is looking, and then, you know, the rest of the party is like, well, no mage is looking. Looks like we're going to disband. And then I'm going to, you know, not internally screaming, or start screaming, because I know how this goes. I know how all this goes. Then we can just go back to Shadow Hearts. So I'll save state this twice. I'm gonna pause it, turn back on the music. Please hold. Professional streamer. Okay. Alrighty. I am walking. I am RP walking. I do not mean to. We already refreshed our signet, so we're good to go there. I did not turn off the intra-game player. Now you should be able to see. See if they need a Sam for that Sky party. If you need a samurai for the party at any point, let me know. A friend of mine who is real good is interested. Tom, if they take me up on this and you are invited to this party, my effing street cred is on the line, bro. So you better be like super good. I better be seeing you chomping down the dankest, most basted soul sushi +1, +2 if you can find some. Absolutely, we'll do if we need him. What level is he also? He's 64. My street cred is on the line. All right, let's move you over a little bit, just a nudge. There we go. Just a smidgen, so I don't break the immersion. I need you to feel as though I'm really behind the chat screen, and I'm not just like a disembodied body. I'll double your street cred, if not triple it. I've heard that one before. Do you have a bard? Oh man, can you imagine? If I ever get like that, just put me down. Oh hell yeah, I'm sure one of our DD will dip soonish. This guy is gonna forcibly disband somebody else to make sure there's room for you. I don't know that. I don't know that. Probably not gonna happen. Just funny to think about. Raj. 75 bard actually. Ooh. That's nice. So there's been some events that have been scheduled on Final Fantasy XI, and I'm just conjecturing openly because what else are we gonna do while we're making our way there, making our way downtown? Common events in Final Fantasy XI's past has typically consisted of obvious in-game events that are structured to be in-game events, like the Sunbreeze Festival and the Easter thing, where like eggs would not stop coming out of every orifice for way longer than they were supposed to, in the Christmas event and things like that. But as far as like player spurned events, what are some that you may want to see implemented either currently or in the future? like community-driven events. For example, with past link shelves that I've been a part of or run, a typical event would be like a death run to Juno, where you get on a level 1 character, and then you have to make it typically either from like Bastock or Windurst to Juno without dying. We shouldn't be in any actual danger here. Another one, which is like a little bit harder to do because there isn't as much drip, comparatively speaking, that people have access to in Final Fantasy XI compared to Final Fantasy XIV, is like a lock style type event. That's also interesting as something that got brought up. I didn't think 75 bards were allowed to change jobs. I think that they can, well, if anything, they have the most license to change jobs out of anyone. Because if they want to get a party on demand, they can change themselves back to 75 in order to clench one. The only situation that I remember being told about that they were no longer allowed to change their jobs ever after that, and I know that you're kidding, but I'm gonna ride this line. I'm gonna ride this train all the way to what is my point junction, is when they get the relic. I'm gonna butcher this word, Gallahorn. Because apparently Gallahorn massively improves the effectiveness of your songs and makes it so that you get an extra song just like floating around in the background. At that point, you are condemned to play Bard forever. I'm a strong independent Taru that don't need no main job. Level 1 races are fun until somebody thinks Kazam to Norg would be fun. Kazam to Norg. That would be fun. Noted. Zam to Norg. LT Bago, do you mind if I buy the intellectual property rights to that idea that you just gave me for the high price of 69 gil? Asking for a friend. Well, asking for me, that's asking for a friend. Oh, we got some evasion skill boosts on that. How exciting. Sold. You can DM me your in-game name. Or whisper me on Twitch, which is apparently a thing that I did not realize until somebody explicitly told me. And I will make sure that the money goes your way, my friend. I might even throw in 420, who knows? I want to make sure that our business relationship develops on the right footing. Plus 10 to all... Plus 10? To all songs? What does plus 10 mean? BT dubs, lol. What is this? Are they waiting for the dragon to come out? Whatever dragon it is that comes out here. I'm assuming so. These guys are dripped out. They're rizzed up, as it were. Does plus 10 mean that like they're 10% stronger? I know this is Final Fantasy 11, so like unless you know how to like read the code like in the Matrix, it's difficult to say. Like for instance, plus enmity means like a direct one-to-one, as far as I understand it, percentage-wise, with like hate gained or lost. So like plus 10 enmity off of gear means that you're generating 10% more enmity on whatever your actions are. I'm wondering if you would normally gain like 20 or 30 melee accuracy, just as an example. I don't know if it works like this, off of your song. If plus 10 means that you get 10% onto that, so you get like plus 2 or plus 3 more. I've never owned, nor will I probably ever own, to be honest with you, a relic. So perhaps it does not behoove me to have this information. It will do me no good. I will make no use of it unless somebody asks me what my opinion of relics are. And then just like a parrot, I will give them the last known information that I received on it, taken at face value. Because, I mean, it's just, like, Final Fantasy XI players for the longest time, right, were basically like cavemen banging colored sticks and rocks together to try to make things happen. There was a lot of like funny number go up type things happening when people were messing around with like haste and whatnot. The cerulean crystal begins to glow, which manifested in quasi-religious dedications to paying attention to moon phase, direction, and times of day. Or people were like, if you want to make anything of yourself as a crafter and you're using an ice crystal, make sure that you're facing northwest between the hours of midnight and midnight and noon on a full moon. And make sure that you're naked. You can't have anything equipped on you except for your body piece. If you and if you, I'm remembering this. If you want to have the best chance of HQing, make sure that you're facing the opposite way that you should, so that if you're so that you have a higher chance of high quality, but you have a higher chance also to just break the craft. Do you remember berries? I actually did Kazam to Norg with Mithra Pride in 2008. Over 200 level 1 Mithra running through the jungle was something to see. Isn't it crazy how nature do that? Like the grand migration of Mithra to Norg to pick up like the academia nuts or whatever. But whatever it is that like the Gardenia seeds, I think, is what they're called. Isn't Gardenia a nation in Final Fantasy 14? It's probably not called that. It's something that starts with a G and it's a seed, right? And you use it in making sweet rice cakes for an extreme loss, unless you're willing to kill bees over and over again deep in the booty hole of Crawler's Nest, for royal jelly to make curse soup so that people can then turn it into ambrosia, which is ostensibly the best mage food. Sacrifice a goat to Toby Keith? Exactly, yeah. You called it. Can we place a bet? Anyone feel like betting today? Hang on. / prediction. Start prediction. Okay, the screen is too small. This is too small for me. Okay, I just messed that up. I screwed up everything. Can I please put it back to the way it was? Oh no, dude. Oh no. What did I do, dude? What did I do? Why is this so messed up now? Chat, you're gonna have to wait. I really messed this up. I messed this up so bad. Where is my chat? Help. Help me. You can't see what I'm suffering through. You just have to... Okay, my ads manager and sources are now one. There we go. Okay, sources. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. Okay. We're doing it live. If you're typing, I cannot see what you're saying. Oh my god. Why does it do this? All right. Okay, what do we have? We have a bard? Goddamn right. I'm surprised they invited me. If they have a bard, why would they invite me? For hate control? Lamau? Oh, they're all the way up there. Okay. Hello. Alright, let's run the prediction. Apparently, my previous prediction was, will Stoic Kun get 50 before party end? X3. Will this party survive? Will this party stay intact for 10 minutes? Okay. Yes, no, I don't know, Lamau. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Predictions in place. It apparently is only giving you like 60 seconds. Tell me if you think that this party is going to stay intact for 10 minutes. Gardenia seed. Isn't Gardenia the name of like the Winders placeholder in Final Fantasy 14? Placeholder is not the right word for it. Analogy? That's not what it is. It sounds like I'm trying to say the word algae. What word am I trying to use? Gridania? There you go. I did. 1,000 points to Gryffindor. That was in fact the word that I was trying to find. Not the word. These wish they could use a superior polearm. True. Why use a dagger when you could tape a stick on it? This guy fricks. He knows. Polearm thief. I could do a pretty mean number on some of these monsters. You just wait. Okay, now I don't need to condemn myself to the corner. I will ask, Nyan beg, chatters, if you happen to be watching me during your fun screen instead of reading through any number of like, instead of watching like Attack on Titan on Crunchyroll for like 2 seconds, and you see that the stream is buffering in any way, or especially if it full-on disconnects, please let me know. I have gone through a series of increasingly weird and psychotic steps to try to resolve a situation months long where, despite me paying out the nose for what should be the best internet known to man, given the relative out in the middle of nowhereness that I live in, and I would experience frame drops that were intermittent and seemingly random and based off of nothing. So yeah, just do that for me. I will be taking a look regardless at my analysis program and websites afterward to determine if they happen regardless. Yes, last stream that we did where my computer was direct connected to my modem, a modem that was swapped out 3 times in total, mind you, I had no drops, and I don't want to believe it. I don't want to allow myself to have hope unless there is sufficient basis and actuality for me to feel that way. Daggers are basically just tiny polearms, that's what I'm saying. I'm in that same situation. We have problems all the time despite paying for the best internet. And that you know what the answer is going to be, and it's not their fault. It's not the customer service person's prerogative. I don't know if this is the right way. I'm just assuming. I think that once I go to the next portal, it's going to spit me out in that right-hand side floating island, and then I get to use this next portal to shift me upward, which is where our party is located. And they tell you, did you turn it off and on again? And then I have to say, or I was saying, that there is a literal note card that is posted next to my camera, so I can't ignore it, that tells me to reset my router like a borderline OCD thing every time I'm going to go live. So it is not that. A tech guy comes out, he checks the modem tells him erroneously that it is fine. I have to then explain that the modem believes that it is fine. In this current moment, it is showing him that it is fine, but in order for me to show what is actually happening, I would need to have him sit there for like 3 hours, which is obviously not going to happen. Unless I'm like, listen, I will pay this guy and you like $1,000, which I'm not willing to do in any way, shape, or form ever. But that's just an example of like the kind of situation that would behoove them to just sit there that long. Long story short, he swapped out the modem again. I have a gamer router now with my computer hooked up into a gamer port so I can game as hard as any person has ever gamed on a gamer router ported gaming computer before. I'm back. All right, let's put on some sushi and some shadows. I'm getting examined. And so I don't know, and I told the guy, I was like, maybe it's possible. It is technically possible that the original modem that I was loaned by your company was bad. And that the personal modem that I had also swapped in for troubleshooting purposes could also have been bad. And I will give the benefit of the doubt that this one could be okay, because I feel like OBS would have tried to disconnect or at least drop super hard by now. I know that this is one of those situations where you're not supposed to even acknowledge the problem lest it happen again, or any kind of like improvement in the situation because of like a, you know, an implied magical or superstitious influence from like supernatural powers that could, you know, come in and cause all sorts of shenanigans just by mentioning that something good is happening or an improvement is being made. I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment that you can't like say out loud like, wow, I'm sure I'm glad that things are improving. I don't believe that reduces the chances. I think that of like things actually improving. Well, we are the only provider in town, so deal with it. Sorry, he says. While rubbing his business. His chess businesses, rather. Like that one episode. South Park, you know the one. We're sorry.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I am glad that I'm not pulling. Pulling requires so much more of my mental bandwidth. I mean, I can talk reasonably well, even better than perhaps I'm giving myself credit for. I'm sure that the bard, if they want me in a particular position, is going to yell at me. All right, let's dancing edge here. I don't know. Okay, it didn't even matter. It already died. Look at that. Ooh.
More gold is required.
What? What the fuck?
So my workplace is annoying me. I mean, it's annoyed me before, but it's increasingly annoying me. I am lucky in the sense that it pays slightly above what is the median assumed livable wage, and I'm cognizant of that, and I don't take that for granted at all. I will say that it also has the benefit of me not having to socially interface using my voice, which is pretty critical because I literally never shut up Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and most of the time on Saturdays. 7 p.m. or your regional equivalent, EST. So saving my voice is also important, and people generally annoy me. It's perhaps me feeling too strongly, too outwardly, or sounding like I feel strongly about it. I sound like I feel more strongly about it than I actually do. There's a lot of issues that I think that people can resolve well before they get to me. Just to preface it, that like certain steps they could take before they start asking questions that they could have easily asked someone who is supposed to be their point person instead. I know that that's literally part of my job, is to act as a knowledge base and a problem solver at the same time. But needless to say, it is a carryover feeling from the time that I worked with a truck leasing company. And while I was knee deep in Excel spreadsheets, we were supposed to receive calls, and about 80 to 90% of the time, the calls that I would receive would consist of why my truck don't work, and then having to parse who they are, what equipment they have, if they're even supposed to be talking to me, if I'm able to help them, determine who is actually supposed to help them, and then get them connected. So I'm in a position that I recognize I'm lucky to be in. But there was a trap that was set out recently for the people that work in the specific department that I'm a part of. where we were getting overwhelmed with work. And part of the reason that we were getting overwhelmed with work was because we're doing better. Like, the company is doing better. Congratulations. So it goes without saying that when you do better, you are encouraged to keep trying to gain more and more clients, right? Because you want to keep doing more better. I hate that from me missing the sneak attack like that. That's okay. There's certainly going to be time for tears. So you want to do more better and more profitably. I get that. The issue is that even if the work became more intense over a period of like a year, our relative team size stayed the same. So it shifted away from do more better with do more better, but with the same amount of support that you have currently. Which sucks. It just sucks. So we were getting overwhelmed with work, as I mentioned, and it was proposed that a conditional bonus system with targets that I think that they meant people were not supposed to hit, and even said it as much, like hit or like hit rarely. Like they thought that people would basically come close to hitting the target amount, like be accurate up to like a certain number of like completed pieces of work, and that they wouldn't really achieve it that often. And then there was a huge number of people that were achieving these conditional bonuses. Like 60 to 70% of the people that were involved in this actually met the requirements to gain this extra money. Why are you moving? Stop moving. You don't need to move. I know this guy probably does. I don't know why I'm here, dude. I don't know why I Viper bit. That's a good question. So everyone did extremely well. We got all of our work down to what should be a manageable number. And I knew that this was going to be a trap, dude. I knew this was going to be a trap because, like, within like 2 months after that being a thing, and they kind of like dissolved the program because it was supposed to be kind of like an emergency release valve type situation. They were then like, oh, so you guys can do all that work. You basically just choose not to. Like, there's nothing stopping you from doing this amount of work this accurately. And of course, the obvious answer is that if you just paid people more and incentivized them to push themselves way beyond normal limits for a long period of time, of course they're going to do better, right? It's not a mystery. It's not rocket science. But they, in their minds, or at least the way that they were framing it, they're like, oh, so you could have been doing this the whole time. You should just do it the whole time. Lo and behold, feel free to tell me to shut up anytime, by the way. We're just killing birds in sky right now. And this is me just going off of like word salad, like mental word salad. But yeah, lo and behold, they set new targets for us, and it was to keep things down to the level that they were before, with no extra incentive at all, and just have that be the way that it's supposed to be going forward. And they're like, it's now an expectation that we're supposed to keep these little numbers no matter what, and just like make it happen. So my supervisor said to me, what is your plan? What is your plan to keep us in the green for your team? And I said the truth, which was, first, make peace with God. That's the first step. The second step is pray that there is a subsequent increase in the amount of work that is sent to us in good order, which means that it has all the information that we would need to process it in a timely manner. That people do not get sick or avoid 80% of the technical issues that they may otherwise experience during the normal span of time that this entails. That programs and support elements that we depend on work as anticipated, which is factored into like the whole technical aspect of it. But I guess like the support team part of it was like the human element outside of ourselves. And then I guess like increased pressure on team members who are already pushing themselves way above the limits that they're supposed to. It just may push them even harder. Like I formed a genuine relationship, a respect-based relationship with my team, and they're pushing themselves even harder than they arguably should. Right? And they're doing it out of respect for me, or at least in part. So it's kind of messed up for me to sit there. I didn't say this to her, but it's kind of messed up for me to sit there and be like, I just need you to push yourself even harder. But after I explained all this stuff, bro, where's your hat? The display head is off. You can see my hat in the bottom right corner of the screen. It do be right there. I need to make sure that everyone sees my cool gamer tattoo. Do you see my cool gamer tattoo and also think that it's cool? I sure hope so. I didn't slash display head for nothing. This song is good for this this conversation. And you know what she said to me, dude? You know what she said to me after I said all that? She was like, your team is doing amazing. And I understand everything that you're telling me. But you also have to make sure that you, like in an effort to protect them, that you're not also limiting what they're capable of. And in my head, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm not trying to baby them. I'm trying to stop like burnout from being inflicted on them. But there's that whole wad of perhaps circumstantially interesting information for you about how I'm doing in my quote unquote professional life. It's crazy to me, dude. It's reminding me of the time that I was in GameStop, where like you would do well and they're like, oh, so you could have been doing these numbers literally the whole time. That's good because, you know, corporate says these are now your new goals. Crazy, dude. Just because a number can go up does not always mean that it should go up. You shouldn't grow just for the sake of growth. I know that that's like that's a naughty line of thinking for like the Ubisofts and the Activision Blizzards of the world. But yeah, there's all that, man. There's all that. We're gonna return to sad you're in that position with no incentives. Like the true patriots of the world will tell me that the incentive is like keeping my job and earning a wage and having a roof over my head, and that's all well and good. I get that. I do acknowledge that. But you want to make sure that you're not just growing without an increase in support in the interim. Or else you're going to end up in a situation again where people are so burnt out that they start leaving or considering leaving. I.e. me, right now. I'm becoming more and more convinced that democracy is fake. I mean, we're kind of like in like a faux democracy right now. I will say that. It's more of like an end-stage capitalism or capitalist society that has like democratic elements to it. It does not feel good, whatever it is. I hate that for me. I'll turn it at the very last second. But is it Is it gay? I need more arguments for that. I don't know how to respond to that. I love that line. Job incentive. Just be happy you have a job. Screw that noise. Big agree, my friend. Whatever the situation is, I hope that I'm gonna have to do, man, what I've had to do repeatedly throughout like the last like 3 jobs that I've had. First is like a personal care aide working with special needs students K through 12, including some that the school that I was working in was not equipped to handle at all in any way, shape, or form. And working in GameStop, I needed to, I would relay my concerns to leadership. I would be ignored, and then they would surprise Pikachu face me when I would leave for somewhere else. And when other people who would follow the same example, typically. Party lasted more than 10 minutes, that's true. We can end prediction. Prediction. Thank you. Yes. Choose outcome. Yes. Complete prediction. Yes, complete prediction. Enjoy your channel points. I think this is like completing predictions and being right, like playing into the Twitch Gamba is one of the few ways that you can earn channel points outside of just watching Lamau. And this is not bait, but also being subbed. Increases your channel point accumulation 2 to 3 times over. I'll turn to the side while my cooldowns are up. Take a swig of my Mountain Dew Energy Baja Blast. It's got electrolytes. Hope it changes for the better. I appreciate that. I'm probably gonna have to leave before it does. Which is a shame, because if they actually supported their employees properly, instead of like psyoping them, then I think it would be an amazing company to work for long term. But so far, decisions and the way that they've been approaching the workload and like their view of how their workforce is in handling that workload is problematic, and in some cases nonsensical. And I've done my part, dude. I basically like quietly sounded the alarm using the correct channels to do so. So, you know, just like I said to my supervisor, I'm just gonna have to have it go with God. Very folk theory of democracy being the rule of rational public is utterly false. The only time voting has any map and any rationality is when the voter doing the vote on topics that is immediately apparent to their locality. I'm sure that if I spent the requisite time to understand the finer point, or like the foundation of what you're saying, I would be able to respond to you in a way that is literally and... Yes? What are you doing? What is she doing? I can't turn. Is she biting you? I cannot turn for 2 seconds, no. It's gonna break everything. Good. Oh, I see. Dude, democracy itself is nonsensical. If you're not in that platonic Aristotelian grind set, then nothing makes sense. I cannot promise you that I will do this, but I can assure you that I will try to remember to go back to the logs and take what you've said and try to parse it. And then if you and I link up in the future in Twitch chat or otherwise, we can have a conversation on it. Right now, I'm killing innumerable number of birds in a double-decade-old MMORPG while also talking about the new gaming router that I have, so I cannot parse it properly. I'm sorry. Birds had to die. I kind of get the gist of what you're saying. I have a 36 case of Baja in the kitchen. I drink my non-descriptive brand soda on stream because it's hashtag not sponsored. You just gotta, once you get G Fuel sponsorships, then you've made it, right? Or Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships, which I legitimately got an offer for one when I had like a total of like 3 to 5 followers. Basically like an unproven element, and they were like, listen, we'll give you $80 if you functionally turn your channel into a Raid Shadow Legends like promotional promotional billboard for like a straight week. And I was like, for like a growing community, I don't know if I could rationalize if I could rationalize making people, what few people would bother taking like 10 seconds on my channel, 10 seconds of their lives on like an unproven streamer, and think that forever after that I'm a Raid Shadow Legends channel, so they shouldn't bother. I'm ready for somebody to do the thing. I'm ready. Do me. Is nobody gonna do me? Okay, then I'll just do me. Baja isn't a brand, it's a flavor. Could be generic cola Baja. I'm not a fit. I don't know if the energy drink that I'm currently consuming is the same one that you're referring to. But I expected it to taste better than it does. I hope that they're not saying anything critical in party chat, because I am not at all cognizant of any of it. I forgot how much of slog those last 10 levels are. See, looking. I regret eating a myth kebab instead of sushi. Didn't realize 16 accuracy would correlate with literally 16% extra hit rate. That's not how it works, but I understand what they're saying. If you're not familiar, 1 point of accuracy translates to about like half a point of actual effective hit rate. Dexterity is also factored into that. So like 1 point of dexterity is like half a point of accuracy, which is itself half a point of extra hit rate. All the different attributes do different things. Like they have like a CRPG, if this helps you in any way to think of it this way. Each attribute affects multiple different functional elements in your kit. Listen to me talking like you know what I'm talking about. I would like a G Fuel sponsorship. So, you know, if there's a G Fuel representative in chat, I would like 1 helping of your finest Elden Ring Erd Tree flavored G Fuel bucket at your earliest convenience, or a sample. Sneak is better than G Fuel. I don't recognize G Fuel. That particular brand has not penetrated my personal socio-cultural zeitgeist. You're gonna have to help me out there. I'll look it up later, but how much is it? How much could a bucket of Sneak be, Daniel? $10? I feel like it went too fast. No, they initiated before I could finish. That's okay, these are dying quick enough. I'm just saying that I'll consume anything. Not necessarily that Sneak is better than G Fuel or vice versa. At this point, I will put whatever in my mouth if it's tasty. And makes me feel energetic and motivated, because perhaps that's too wide of a window. Perhaps that covers too many bases. While those birds have you all over the place. I also move way more than I actually need to. I could just do what the ninja is doing and just sit still or whatever. The issue is that apparently when I play Thief, I play like a South Korean professional StarCraft player, where if I'm not mashing keys just for its own sake, then what am I doing? $1.27 per tub of the Sneak. I'll write it down. I can't promise you that I'm gonna consume any, but I will write it down. I have a to-do list on a note card, like it's the early 2000s. Look up Sneak drink stuff. Okay. It's written down. It shall be done. Just in time for my sneak attack. APM 300 or noob. That's right. This is the rest of the stream. I hope that you enjoy this. They're like, did you... Oh my god, they invited the most cracked out thief of all time. That's true, they did. Friendly reminder to self to refresh my sushi in approximately 4 minutes. Tastes 3 times better, IMO, so eh. Let's bump up the jams a little bit. Let's swap it over to video game BPM. Because if we're going to be playing with 300 APM, we need to stimulate that. What song did it give me? Let's look. Dancing with My Mother, Persona 5. Oh, I like the song. I remember this. Increase the volume just slightly. All right, that looks good. Wonder how you're supposed to say this guy's name. Delacroix. Has anyone played Disco Elysium before? If you have, you probably understand why my brain went there immediately. I love Disco Elysium. I am very sad about where the state of the teams that are involved in the making of that great game are. It is not to the will, testament, and vision of the game. But there is like a weird... There we go. That was me. I did it. Was that me? Ooh, almost 1100 damage. Let's go. But Disco Elysium is a great game. I do recommend picking it up through like a Great Key site or something. If only because I'm still not sure who owns the rights to it right now. And I don't want any nefarious actors getting any larger cut than perhaps they're due. Did I just hear StarCraft? Yeah, like the South Korean StarCraft professional players with like 300 APM. I don't know if you knew this, but this is actually a StarCraft 2 mod that I'm playing right now. Virtually indistinguishable. It's like Defense of the Ancients, except like they brought the camera really low. I did not get to use it. I hate that for me. If I'm very quick, I'll be able to... Oh my. This is Zorikana here. Nice bush, bro. That's a nice looking bush you got. Are you... Oh, dude, I shit you not. I thought that you were sitting on the bush somehow. I did not. The chair is so well camouflaged. I've been here for 30 minutes. That's apparently what happens to my brain. All right, Dizzle is piecing out, it appears. He was a good Galga Ranger. I hope that whatever he has next in his ventures are both profitable and successful for him. They really should install some kind of guardrails around this place so that wonderful people like him do not fall off the side like a Super Mario 64 penguin. Have you really been there for a half hour, Tom? I genuinely did not even realize. You're so dang small. You're as small as you are dangerous, aka incredibly. You're just like a little guy. You're a little man. I was right behind you when you were running up. I don't remember that. If I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember. I don't remember various anything. Once I get on a tirade of some kind, it is so incredibly hard for me to do anything except reserve about 10 to 50% of my computational brain power to breathing. Another 5 to 10% on consuming a drink of some kind so that my mouth do be wet and capable of producing sounds at a rapid enough pace that I keep you all dopamine fed sufficiently. And then the rest is like a mix of remembering to hit the right macros at the right time. And then I guess the rest of like the 30 to 40% of my sentience is devoted just to moving around randomly without any kind of rhyme or reason. Blue Protocol ad, the world awaits is their little motto apparently. I'm happy with the world of Vanadil, thanks. Somebody was advocating to me to try that out. I did only check it out like months ago. So maybe it would be good. I don't remember who publishes it. I think that depending on who publishes it, it may be something that I do or don't bother with. I tried, I'll admit it. I'll admit it on stream, on the VOD. It's going to be on the VOD forever. I played Honkai Star Rail, and it was pretty okay. And I felt reasonably invested in the voice acting. It is not afraid to, you know, like the critically acclaimed series, The Expanse. It is not afraid to throw way more concepts and names and places and stuff at you than anyone could possibly want, which has the advantage of making you feel as though this world exists outside of like the exposition dumps that characters can give you, but is very unhelpful in you having any kind of like idea of like where you are and what you're supposed to be doing in relation to it. But Honkai Star Rail was pretty good. I stopped enjoying it around the time that I beat whatever the first major world was. Like the first major story beat. And like it animated in terms of like animation and cinematography and all that, it looks amazing. Like there was obviously an insane amount of work that went into the voice acting, the animation, the stylization. It looks great for like a mobile game. I played it on the PC. I played the PC client, so there are some graphical advantages there. But for what is supposed to be a primarily mobile venture, it looks amazing. Perhaps, you know, that should be taken as read because of how great Genshin Impact looks. But I stopped being into it because I realized that there wasn't really many abilities or like combinations of characters that work well together that you couldn't just supersede by getting a lot of like 5-star characters. I had a bunch of 4 stars and like 1 5-star. And like the 5-star felt not overtly more powerful than the rest of the team, but just in terms of their, I am gonna hold off on trick attacking this guy. Okay, maybe I won't. That seemed like it was fine. And so I think that the gacha, and this is probably not a surprise at all, but the gacha element of it, the facet, just made, like, it hurt it. Like, I felt like the gacha was hurting it. Which is like, duh. Like, sky is blue, birds fly, you know, fish swim, gacha is bad. I was like, the only way that I could get more powerful is really just like getting milked like a cow, like a wallet cow. And that just wasn't my thing. It's from Pokemon Trading Card Game on the Game Boy Color. I think Blue Protocol is published by Amazon Games. They had something. I mean, New World was not in a good place pretty much ever from the anecdotes that people gave me, right? All right, I'm just gonna do the thing. I don't know if this is gonna open for anyone, but there it is. I have hide and I need to use it. Mouths are in fact better moist. True. A truer thing has never been said on the stream. I don't know if anyone uses Twitter, or perhaps has stopped after it was forcibly renamed to X. X is its name now, even though like the Twitter bird and tweet and other Twitter methodology and vocabulary is still plastered all over the site. But if you do happen to use Twitter, currently I have a Twitter account that gives updates on, you know, streams and when they're going to be live and what the game and stuff is going to be for them. So if you're interested at all, it is pro_stoic. And you can follow me for updates. I wish that there was a simple way for Twitch to show updates. There was like a Twitter utility, like a panel that I was using until any combination of unfortunate decisions by the Twitch board and its owner, you know, broke the panel, so it stopped updating for like a month and a half. Oh god, avoiding that mess is Sparkle's obsessed fangirl day. I'm sure one of her other mods is in there to deal with the things. Avoiding what mess? You mean X? Oh my god, dude. I swung like 6 times. Let's go. Very exciting. If you have not followed the channel yet and you want to do me a huge service and the algorithm, doing so gives me a big old shot of dopamine. And it helps other people who might enjoy listening to my made internal tirades made external find my channel more easily. Ultimately, I just appreciate you being here. Aw. This does seem like a all gas, no brakes kind of party, which is great. It is very likely that we will hit 66, if not 66 and a half. I don't know how long this party has been going. Given the fact that most people rep within about like an hour to an hour and a half, I cannot speak to how long this party is going to be, but I can say that their uptime is probably at least an hour. I don't know why, dude. I'm trying to, like, did you see me? Did you see me positioning to try to, this ninja could not be in a worse place. I'm gonna, why is he positioned like this? Can you not be in front of the wall, dude? No, stay in front of it! Ah! Nothing. Whole Sparkles drilling over Nicholas Cage? Do you mean Nicholas Cage? Or is there a person named Nicholas Cage? If there is, I have to look up who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't have food up because I'm bad. Feel my spray. Someone says hello in the link shell. I'm gonna hailstorm them. I mentioned this before in prior streams. I'm going to look forward to the day that I can put Thief into the garage and only take him out when I need to use it for treasure hunter purposes. I've enjoyed it more than I expected I would to date, but I am looking more forward to whatever the next venture is. I don't know if that's going to be... I do know it's going to be a different role of some kind. I want to make sure that if people need me to fill some sort of like mission function, that I can do so easily by just swapping to XYZ job. So my thinking is like a healing job next, because that is literally always in demand. All right, we have hide up in a moment. Go on, Delacroix, do something. Do something. Go on. Go on, do something. Do something. I should be able to dancing edge off of anything that you do. Is he not going to do anything? You know the whole Sparkle's drooling over Nicolas Cage doing a voice on DBD mess? Hey, thank you. How you doing? Socks to you too, my friend. Ooh. 649, 324. Very good. She's been going on about it for a month now. I don't know what DBD is. Okay, shut up. It's enough. It's enough laughing. Congratulations, 2K or less than I presume. I was gonna say why we stopped, but it's clearly because the white mage is out of mana. I'm sure if I was pulling, I would of course realize that the white mage is out of mana, or more likely I would have been like, they have enough mana for like a cure 2, And you guys have shadows. I'm pulling. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Watch me do it. I'm doing it. No. Without ring, we've achieved about 10,000 over the course of half an hour, which is really good. It seems. No, we didn't get 8,000 or 10,000. We did get 8,000. Are people like lagging? Like, is there like a ping issue? I guess not. So for the people that were here at the beginning, how did you feel about Shadow Hearts? Does it seem interesting to you? I mean, the main character is kind of like it's kind of skeezy. I think I do remember him. Granted, I was much younger when I beat Shadow Hearts the first time. I think that he improves as like a character. Like, I think that he's one of those characters that you are supposed to start off hating, and then through a series of repeat one-off positive interactions that show that he's making incremental character growth, he like redeems himself a little bit. Next on Dead by Daylight, John Travolta, because why not? Let's make Face Off for reality. Is John Travolta still doing stuff? I'm probably one of the few people on Earth that, and that's not a pun, but it sounds like it's going to be, on Earth that enjoyed Battlefield Earth. I'm going to make a note to rewatch that. Don't mind if I do. Battlefield Earth. I remember watching it repeatedly and then just being like, yeah, that's a good movie. You know, I know that hindsight is 2020, so maybe if I rewatch it, I'll have misgivings that I did not have prior, but I still remember it being into it, man. I played and beaten Shadow Hearts before. It's a good game. I also remember playing Shadow Hearts Covenant, and I think that I beat that. There is, from what I understand, a third Shadow Hearts game that people don't really talk about. And perhaps it's like a Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull type situation where people are like, no, there's only ever been 2 Shadow Hearts games. What do you mean a third one? There was never a third one. And for those that enjoyed Xenosaga, I'm keeping the save state safe. At some point, maybe this weekend, I can't promise you. I don't know why, dude. My brain, Tom, my brain is trying to make me sad at you, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's trying to do that. Am I trying to kill you? I don't know. It just, I think it's because my brain follows this train of thought like a lizard brain. It perceives you as a friend. It makes me want to be near my friend, right? And then this part of my brain is not speaking the same language as the other side of my brain, which is saying I'm a thief and I need a SATA, and I need a body to SATA. So altogether, it's basically like I need to SATA my friend. You've never been the SATA target. There's no reason why I should be standing behind you. I don't enjoy Tartar's suffering. Or do I? Do I enjoy it? No, I don't enjoy Tartar's suffering. It's a silly thought. I thought it was Sad of the Dark, not Sad of the Sand. That's why they call it Air Plus, brother. This is kind of a waste, but here we go. Definitely an overkill, probably by a factor of like 30%, but the other Flamingo is coming in hot. Chrono Trigger. I enjoy Chrono Trigger a lot. I have not played it in quite some time. I have watched probably every review of it under the sun, including the most recent Josh Strife Hayes review of it, which I strongly recommend. That guy is very good about doing interesting procedural breakdowns of the games that he reviews. I mean, he's had plenty of experience doing it, so that makes sense, but it's very good treating the video like a podcast while you're driving food. My brain didn't want to complete the sentence there. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Use real voice for 5 minutes. Don't mind if I do.
Oh my god! Inhuman reactions!
Oh my god, inhuman reactions. Alright, I'm ready. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So I definitely got myself to the point where I'm splitting sneak attacks and trick attacks as needed, while making sure that I reserve both for setup when my hide is up. Understandably, because the game does not scream at you that you have assassin available to you, that you should split it up this way after 50. I think that it is a mercy that the game, that Horizon has you gain assassin at 50 instead of 60, which is what I believe it is on Eden and elsewhere. Why is Spurt not dying? There we go. Alright, let's just use sneak attack here because we can. And then we do need to make sure that we're... Holy crimey Christmas, that was a lot of damage, dude. We don't really need to, because these things are dying quickly enough, but we do need to make sure that we're gaining marksmanship skill. I don't think I finished my own sentence. I was saying we don't need defense down, because they're dying so fast, but I'm gonna need the marksmanship skill anyway, if or when I decide to level up Ranger. Yeah, I don't know what people's problem is with getting between a thief and a mob when behind the mob. Trick attack, when you gain assassin, lets you critical off of somebody being in between you, regardless of what their position is in relation to the mob. A lot of thieves just go with what their muscle memory has been for the first 50 levels, which you can't really blame them for, unless somebody tells you that there's a reason to split your attacks. It doesn't really occur to you to do that. Oh my god, it was like 1 degree off of being considered a back attack. Please God, why? Let me know when 5 minutes is up. I think it already has been, but I'm losing track of time and space, so I'm not sure. Looks like somebody else is getting repped. It's one up here. I'm gonna take a swing of my Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I'm apparently not close enough. There we go. Oh, look at that.
That's what I'm talking about. Wow.
Oh, dude, 4 strength, 4 spam, leather belt. Ah!
I'm ready. Send me in, coach. Oh my god, look at the damage, dude.
I hit it on the mark!
So juicy. 887, man. What's that, like 1300? I can do math. You can't stack set a weapon skill. They refuse to get in between behind the mob. That's true. It is preferable to squeak just a little bit more damage out of being able to do the full combo whenever you can. Because things, generally speaking, die so quickly up here, people don't really follow the same rules of thumbs that they do on the ground. And then it would be ideal for somebody to be like a first folk or something, and then use SATA and stuff like that. It is hard for everyone to keep on top of like cooldowns and stuff relative to each other when things are dying so fast or moving so fast. Just the fact that we're able to reliably weapon skill around each other, like I think that there's an unspoken understanding that I have with these people that if I have TP, they should probably avoid all trying to slam out their weapon skills. Because it does matter. I do like at least 35-40% damage. I don't know why I'm trying to be behind him, dude. I don't need to. It do be unnecessary. I do have hide up, so I'll use that. Here we are. I'm gonna do my thing. A very close call. That was almost a dead Taru. You probably wouldn't have died, but I have... Actually, no, maybe you would have. I've seen... Well, granted, it was on a Ranger, but I've seen Helldives do, like, 450, 500 to, like, a Ranger Mithra before. You're probably more well-armored than they are, although I don't know. You have a Hauberk on, but you probably have an Illuminine Salad, maybe. Congratulations. I had third eye up. Well, that's good. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, because I don't know if third eye is gonna show me like a shadow equivalent. That would be good to watch out for. Who left? The warrior? White mage? Warrior? Warrior. Warrior. The text for third eye is Zorkana anticipated the attack. Samurai is like, let's... NRP kind of pulls Tom over to the side a little bit. I think that we can both agree in confidence that Samurai can kind of be like tanks, right? I know. It doesn't really seem like that's penetrated the socio-cultural fabric, as it were. I get it. I know that some people also, if you can imagine, some people don't think that summoners can be main heals. It's just you and me right now, bro. Just you and me. Just a couple of buds, a human Taru bonding over systematically killing birds over what is perhaps one of the most beautiful sunsets ever seen in this game. With Saigon and Third Eye, you kind of can. I knew we'd be on the same page. Anyway, I tried to explain the whole dexterity actual evasion thing to someone the other day, and I could see their smooth brain slowly melting. Just like in real life, if somebody is not prepared to hear the truth, and you are unable to convince them, sometimes you just gotta let them either come to their own conclusions. It's like if you, or, you know, basically just like accept it at face value that they're probably not going to adapt. And while that's unfortunate, the alternative of like trying to drill it into their brain is, if anything, is probably going to make them entrench even harder. Because like you gotta understand, like, especially with, and you probably do. I'm just using that phrase. This is like a sentence opener, like pre-garnishing, like this conversational food that you and I are about to consume. These people have basically lived their whole lives up till that point having a certain worldview, and in this case, you know, they may also believe, or have believed up until that point, that if you face northwest using an ice crystal, it improves your chances of getting like a successful craft off. That one conversation is probably not going to do it. You also have to role model for them if you can, if that's even feasible. I'm ready to go anytime. Anybody that weapon skills, I should be able to. I don't like that this guy is near the edge. Can we not be near the edge right now? Can we not have this be a thing? 759, 379. You love to see it. Oh, what was it? Let me see it. They're just like, huh? What? I have no idea why Nightbot deleted that. Excessive spamming? My brother in Christ, you did an ellipses? This is what Ayataku, he didn't do anything untoward. This is what Ayataku typed. Why would Nightbot get mad at that? There's nothing going on screen right now, so just let me cook. I'll start swinging. Let me see. Spam protection. Excessive symbols. Is that what made it mad? I said excessive So basically, this is what. So what triggered on you was the filter that's supposed to stop the penis guy from coming in here and start penising. Let's set the limit to like 12. And that should do it. You can try restating or re-saying that sentence and seeing if the guy or if it will get mad at you again. I'm not sure. I don't think it's gonna get mad at me if I repaste it. But if you do say the same thing again, it shouldn't trigger on you now. I don't think the penis guy has even come in here. Phrasing. If he has, Nightbot has been so effective that it kicks him out before he has a chance to do anything. But like, what do the other Final Fantasy XI streamers got that I don't got, huh? Ding Dong guy? I know that all the other streamers are in some way, shape, or form prettier than I am. But like, I'm worth spamming, you know, like goats and stuff on too. Just give me a chance. I'll react negatively, I promise. I'll be like, oh no, don't do that. I can't believe this guy wastes his time like that. See, I can say the thing. A goat, a fruit basket, something. It's anything. You can. I'll just let you have free reign over the chat, man, if you want. Just show me the same disrespect. I've been seeing him less and less. Dude doesn't know what a VPN is, so he's been semi-IP locked by most bots by now. That sounds right. It is weird that somebody would have that kind of vendetta to the point that they would recreate like new accounts over and over again for the sake of bothering people that are only trying to enjoy something in their lives. In a world just positively jam-packed of abject suffering, you know, why would you be a willing part of the negativity chorus? I mean, I know why. The person is doing only what seems best to them at the time, and the only chance that they have for redemption is being shown or instructed an alternative means of approaching life. Like, they just need like a father figure. I can be their dad. Oh, you're dead, Zori. Oh, you lived!
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Mission complete.
Congratulations on your continued lifespan, dude. You almost got turned into bird paste, somebody says. True. Alright, we're just gonna start crossbowing here. And by start crossbowing, I mean not at all. I'm ready, coach. Throw me in. I'm ready. Somebody do something. Anything. Anybody. Okay, I guess I have to be the change I want to see in the world. That's okay. That gave me a chance to. It gave me a chance to use or to hold on to hide, which I do appreciate. It's not often that I get to just freely settle like that. So like, how much is a mannequin head worth? Mine up for 25k and it's not budging. Nerf said he sold his for 100k. Is that because it's like a bizarre item? In which case, without like a frame of reference for like auction house history, unfortunately, I don't know. The unfortunate but staggeringly unhelpful answer that I do have is that it depends on what people think that it's worth. Mannequins are basically just like a Mog House item that you can put an armor set on, right? Unless you have like a very large amount of disposable gil, I don't know what I would pay for that. I would say that 25k, just based off of purely anecdotal feeling, by the way. I have never sold a mannequin head before. I may never, but my gut feeling says 25k is right. You could probably do like 30k or something. I think that if you're going to be sitting on it, like sitting on it for 100k, it may be a day, it may be like a month before it sells. But you also have to factor, like, how much it's worth is basically the same as asking yourself, how much is functionally a dead slot worth to me? Because you're not getting that inventory slot back until it sells, obviously. If you have like 60 slots, you can basically let that baby ride for however long you feel is necessary. If you're still rocking like less than 45, I would honestly keep it at like 25k. But then again, without an auction house history, I don't know what the market tolerance is for something like that. One day I'll bother finding out where the Ruan copper keys are. If you happen to be new in chat and you'd like to make a sincerely huge impact on me, clicking the purple follow button below is a simple action that has a huge influence. As it happens, people like watching other things that people seem to like watching, so it helps me out greatly. Party's been good. Normally, there's a bit of concern when there seems to be a revolving door of reps coming and going. But everyone seems to be gelling. Nobody seems to be outwardly toxic or weird. Like, weird in a bad way. Normal weird is fine. Perhaps creepy. Creepily sweaty is the terminology that I would like to use. Going too soon. Did I go too soon? I thought I did it. Didn't I do the thing? Dancing Edge? Oh, I did go too soon, huh? The thing, in my defense, and I should know better, this isn't really a defense in actuality. In my defense, it did tell me that I could do it. Of course, now that I have this information, I can course correct. It remains to be seen whether that's actually going to be the case or not. Somebody shouted caster's assist nav on T, call 21. Godspeed nav. Is it? I'm never planning on partying with Thief after 75. Right? Let me just preface it that way. Is it worth it to get evisceration? And by worth it, I mean in terms of purely hunting NMs and things like that for getting evisceration. I wouldn't think so, because it's going to involve me doing possibly up to 200 skill chains, assuming I have a buddy. 300 skill chains is not. Which is literally just a matter of time. I'm out of food. I would. Evisceration is massive XP. Do you mean that you mean massive damage? It's like I mentioned, I'm not planning on taking Thief. I'm not planning on doing anything with it except for like taking it out on occasion. Massive damage. Okay. I kind of figured that's what you meant. I have some squid sushi if you are out of food. I too am on that squid sushi train bender. I have 10 left. I'm good. I appreciate it though. If I am ever running out of sushi and in my time of need, I'm like, please, I just need some kind of like squid. I just need some kind of like tentacular creature in my mouth. You will be my first stop. There we go. We're gonna do the whole thing. Ooh, the damage. Might ran out a moment, but yeah, will drop NMs quicker, provided you hit with all the stabs. I think the chances are going to be pretty high that I will. I will definitely take that into consideration for sure. What I'll do, which I know that most people hate, but you know, you don't pay for my private server subscription, is I'm probably going to... First, I'm going to do the research to see if I can get trial points. It makes me want to scream that that happened, but it looked like a general blip in my internet. The internet did go out earlier, so perhaps it's a side effect. Perhaps it's just +1 from that. Just residual. Oh my god. My only saving mental grace is that it did happen before that the internet went out today. Perfectly on its own. So I am praying that I'm not continuing to have a continuation of the issues that I was before. A large part of that is probably going to be copium. We're back, right? You guys were here. It's not lying to me that I've stopped. That I'm continuing to stream. I mean, I could just as easily just check Twitch. I can see you. Okay, good. That is nerve-wracking as hell. I will say that it is likely that it was just like a hiccup somehow, somewhere in my internet instead of a continuation of the issues that I've been having. I don't have the answer. I don't have Trick Attack yet, but I'm still gonna do it. I won't have Trick Attack for like another 5 to 10 seconds. If only because I R0'd on Final Fantasy 2, which it was not doing. It would show that I'm fine on Final Fantasy 11 and just randomly disconnect OBS. I'm breathing deep my backup copium reserves. It's not doing it again, is it? Was that a day change? I'm starting to freak out. is that a day change? Doctor, please help me. They've yeeted my son. Oh, man.
What the dog doing? Nani? What did he say?
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
I need you to get closer. Delacroix-chan. Take some little pot shots here. I said, let's take a little pot shots here. I hit squarely. Dancing edge me. Hot dang, Rampage sure does a lot of damage, huh? What else is he using? I'm gonna check him. Mailbreaker, interesting. When I was playing Ninja, I did make it a habit of equipping a dagger, like a weakened defense dagger in my offhand. It does make me sad that there aren't many pieces of defense down weapons past what, like 55? Something like that? I can't really think of any. It seems like really high levels, there's a lot of like impair evasion type things. But not too many like lowers defense, which is a shame. I would like to hit so I can do my job. Never mind, it's already dead. Alright, we're almost there. Let's do it. And then next time we're gonna save both rounds of our sneak attack, trick attack, gun. Wow, how eloquent. For the next time, we have hide up. It's a tool. And boy howdy, are we gonna use it because we're massive tools and we know how to use our tool most effectively. Do I have hate? Why do I have hate? What the hell? Why would I have hate? That's so weird. It's so strange. Zeke, just heads up. I'm almost out of slow tools. No problem. I can pick it up. Number one warrior ninja in North America. Do we have any Three Kingdoms period of ancient China stands in here? Like low-key asking for a friend. High-key also asking for a friend. If you are a self-described Three Kingdoms fan, who is your favorite character? Mythical or otherwise? Although in Three Kingdoms' case, it's probably both. Don't think I played that one. Three Kingdoms is a period in ancient China that, much like ancient Greece, has real historical figures in it that are played up to like an almost supernatural extent. Like, for example, like Lu Bu, who was considered to be an unstoppable, impossible to outmatch physical fighter, probably was very good at what he did, which was lay fighting and all that, but probably not to the extent that he was portrayed to be. Like, he was portrayed in like Three Kingdoms lore, aka IRL lore, as being like this functionally unstoppable warrior who also like lived and breathed like betraying anybody that he swore allegiance to. Anyway, the reason why I ask is because I've gotten big into Total War Three Kingdoms, and I've always been interested in the Three Kingdoms period of ancient China. If only because I was introduced to Dynasty Warriors at a pretty young age, so it had an opportunity to become a core memory for me. Yeah, take it. Take my Cision. That's right.
Bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Bruh.
We like hitting buttons around here. Don't we, chat? Love it. Look at your face. I've also been dabbling into Stellaris a little bit. I kind of tried to make the headcanon is like a a society that is hell-bent on progressing like biological science by any means necessary, to the point where they're like tampering with their own DNA and genetics so much that it's borderlining on like self-destructiveness. I did, and I was doing honestly pretty well up until the point that I unlocked clone bats. And while it did warn me that clone bats would require a enormous amount of food, presumably as like a reverse Soylent Green type system, where like you're turning organic matter into people who then also consume organic matter, it crashed my empire literally over the course of a month because I was hemorrhaging so much food that I just could not unstem the flow. I could not unfrick the situation. Oh, did I do 1200? No way. Or do you mean that? Wow, I did do 1200. Oh boy.
Oh shit!
Can you get to Cliff Island? Seems like a silly thing to ask a 21 thief nin, but alright, here we go. Wish me luck in this party. Is it gonna be a... I wonder, people still do black mage burns, right? In Quiffum? About half of the time that I went seeking on like a pulling type job, like whether it was like thief or ninja, that seemed to be like a commonplace thing that was asked. It was like if I'd be willing to support a burn party. I've been in a total of 2 question mark burns over the course of my Final Fantasy XI career, if you choose to call it that. And they were fine and fun in their own way. But I feel like if they were literally all that I was doing, I would very rapidly lose my mind. Much in the same way that I nearly equally rapidly lost my mind fighting only Calibri. I should have waited. I didn't need to sneak attack there. I should have waited. I don't have trick attack up, so if somebody goes, I'm just gonna do it. I'll just loop around next time. That's just how the turntable sometimes. So far, man, pretty good. No complaints about the party. 10,500 XP. Pretty solid. Nobody's really dying. Zori got close one time. I'll take it. I have been asked when I've been setting up parties up here though, more than perhaps any time in the prior 60 plus levels or the levels beyond, if I had a bard or not, or like what my party composition is. I think that, and let me re-say this. I say it every time that I bring up this subject, but I'm gonna say it again. People are allowed to do with their time what they want, as long as it is not like griefing or like against the server's TOS or whatever, right? So people are within their power, they're within reason to basically be like, I don't want to party unless you have XYZ job in there. Nevertheless, it is insane to me for people to seemingly reasonably expect that a certain class of job in a game where there's like 15 plus jobs and supports and healers are at a premium, that you are just going to have a bard every single time. It is nuts to me. It is crazy. I can't parse it. So I started doing something that I'm still kind of grappling whether it's the right choice, which is I'm blacklisting every single person that asks me what my party composition is or if I have a bard. Like, it's their prerogative to ask me if I have a Bard or not. It is equally my prerogative to add them to my blacklist as quickly as possible. There's only one person on the blacklist, and I'm not going to name names. There's one person on the blacklist that deserves to be on there in every way, shape, or form. Outside of this person, people are perfectly within their rights to expect me to have a certain job available at will. 893, 446. Awesome. No Bard, but we can have a red mage with a Kraken Club. I don't know. Would they accept that? Maybe. I mean, it's very, very funny. Very funny, Ayataku. I'm just gonna go. I could have waited and killed the flamingo instantly. I got distracted by a very funny message being sent to me. Apparently it was, what the bird doing? What is it doing? Can it not do that? Let's take a couple of swings. And then we'll back up and start shooting. Anyways, it started blasting. I started listening to Always Sunny in Philadelphia recently. And it is pretty funny. I do like it when Danny DeVito, pretty much any time that Danny DeVito is on screen, I'm having a good time. Do we have an honorary position on your blacklist? No, because I know that you're memeing. You can't meme the memer. When people are memeing on me, I pick it up on like a physiological level. I see through the meme veil. I am one with the cringe. I am born in it, molded by it. Can't do it. 893, 446, awesome. I wonder how much dexterity is actually factoring into what I'm doing. I think that the amount of mileage that you get out of dexterity and agility on sneak attack and trick attack, respectively, does matter. But I don't know offhand. With all the different gear that I have and the food, we're looking at plus 18 dexterity, plus 15 agility, which is a pretty high amount. 2 dexterity from Rogue's Bonnet, 3 dexterity from arms, 4 agility from pants, 3 dex from feet, plus 4 agility from earring, 1 dex, 1 agi from harvest, and then the rest is just a mix of like attack and accuracy, heavily leaning towards accuracy. Oh, I forgot the spike necklace that has been my go-to for literally ever since I got 21. Kind of crazy to think about. I mean, like, what would I put there? The only thing that I could think of putting there is like a storm necklace or something. I forget what it's called. It's like a storm amulet, which is like that plus 6 attack, plus 2 dexterity, minus 1 or 2 agility neck piece. I don't like the fact that it removes an agility, but of all the stats, I would prefer to have dexterity over agility. But it's selling for like 100,000 to 150,000. That's not worth it to me. Like the extra attack, it's just not. If the stats are really good, I'm willing to pay like 100,000 to 200,000 K premium. I don't think there's ever going to be a situation unless I'm staggeringly rich. In which case, I would probably try to do something with it other than, you know, get myself like a +1 version of something. I don't know what. Was I too close? Was I off by like 0.1 seconds again? I need to AFK for a sec since we're ending chain on this one. Needed to top up MP. Last boss. Apparently we're breaking. Are we breaking? I don't know if we're breaking or not. Oh, last boss and then a small break. All right. I'm honestly shocked that the party went on this long. The 10-minute prediction of whether or not we were going to break in said 10 minutes was kind of a joke. But I did experience semi-recently a real situation involving real people in the real world, in Vanadil, in-game, but also IRL, where two party members, despite the totally fine experience that everyone was having, left within the first 20 minutes. This guy's Indian food is sitting there getting stale and making my room smell like onions. War is hell. Gonna bio and grab drink. I also failed to warn people in chat that ad breaks was gonna happen. I swear to God, I looked over and saw that ads were starting in 20 minutes. And then I said a whole bunch of stuff, just like I normally do, my normal, you know, word salad. And then I looked over and said that ads start in 55 minutes. I normally am pretty good about warning you about 90 seconds in advance when ads are gonna happen so that you can, like, go do literally anything else and be subjected to, you know, late stage capitalism. So yeah, that's a formal apology from me to you. All right, I know that ads just ended. I do have to use a little Stokes room. What I will do to try to make it up to you, because, you know, I live for making your quality of life as high as humanly possible, is I'm gonna hit my snooze button, which is gonna push back the ads. I don't get unlimited charges, but I do get some, so that you are not losing any consumable stream time. Okay? So I'm gonna hit very back, and then just see this as an opportunity to, like, get up, walk around, pet your dog, wash your teeth, work on your yoga, practice your knitting, whatever it is that you do so well. And I will be back. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Hello.
Howdy.
Excited. Excited. Excited.
Let me signal that I am back. And while we're waiting on everyone, let's play some more Shadow Hearts. Music off. Enter game player on. Resume game. This place has always been thematically interesting to me, this like graveyard area that's in your head. Are these tombstone things freaky? Almost like they're alive. Haha, wouldn't it be hilarious if all the monsters I've killed started crawling out of these? I think the implication is, according to my fox-faced masked dad, that I need to kill a certain number of monsters in order to cause these tombstones to appear. And in so doing, or these tombstones to light up, like this one, and then I get to fight like a mini-boss in order to acquire the form, which is a very cool thought. This one's going. Seal of Earth, huh? Here we go. I don't think I'm gonna lose this one. I am gonna save it. Save it though. Okay. Let's fusion. I don't know if fusioning is to my benefit or not. Really? It doesn't. I don't know if it gives me like attack boosts or whatever. We're just going to reasonably assume that it will. I hate that for me. It does seem to boost my attack power quite a bit. You love to see it. Was that it? How impressive. Do I really need to do this? Maybe. Ooh! That's what I'm talking about. We're gaming. 18%. I think that's like 3% more because I hit it perfectly. 1 damage. It's gonna be nothing personnel, kid. Let's drain some MP because apparently we need it badly. The environments are very clearly just JPEGs, but you know, and I know that we're making the whole setup be like 4 or 5 times the resolution that it was originally. But this looks pretty good, doesn't it? I know that we're all adjusted to how Final Fantasy XI looks, but maybe this will do more damage. 40? That certainly, almost certainly does do more. I just have to hit it perfectly every time, no problem. Physical defense power. Joke's on you, I don't use that. This music is great. .2 MP, don't mind if I do. So, SP, I don't know if that stands for spirit points or whatever. But it very clearly drains over time. I do not remember the different ways of gaining more SP capacity. Maybe as we level up is going to be the primary way or the exclusive way. I don't know if I want to be this tiger form, man. It seems like it kind of sucks. Got a fusion soul. The raging tiger. I knew you'd show up. Didn't quite go as planned. Suddenly I feel awful. Violent impulse wells up inside you. You receive the soul of Tigerian. A new spirit to fuse with. Is this my power? I have gained the soul of the tiger that's on the cereal box. If you do not equip a soul that you've received, you cannot undergo fusion. At the menu, equip the soul you received in the soul slot. Be sure not to forget. Then equip multiple. I can equip multiple. Wow, and it makes me stronger too, huh? Now, okay. Tiger-like lesser earth spirit, an incarnation of Harmonixer's furious soul, wields the power of earth, and its roar can shake the valleys. Raises target's physical attack power, so a small amount of target's HP. That's good. Spirit of darkness. He is set to appear as a demon shrouded in a black mist. The bard is also back. I mean, this is interesting. So these stats are at the top right is evidently what boosts that I gain from having these active, I'm assuming. The tiger is just stronger, right? Interesting. Okay. I mean, I know that they have their own functions and that elemental weaknesses and whatnot probably factor into it. What the hell? Won't budge. It looks like we can get to the other side. Okay, then just do it then. The bard says, man, this is what I wish the first 2 hours was like. So apparently we pressed X to skip the part of the party that was real bad, which is good. That door, something about it. Is this Crash Bandicoot? I know it's not. Now I see, this is you pulling the strings all along, huh? That's not what he said, but that was the gist. We're pleased to see you, boy, the detestable young Harmonix who damned us to eternal hell. No need to thank me, but to be honest, I haven't really missed you guys at all. Your pathetic bravado can't hide your fear. That's what I say to myself in the mirror every morning. Keep laughing, I'll slice that stupid mask in two. Your mind may not comprehend this place, but your heart understands it full well. This world is a reflection of your own mind's darkness you have created yourself. What is this, Kingdom Hearts? The more of our brethren roaming about the world you strike down, the more you shall become saturated with venomous malice, born of their bitter vengeance. When limit is past, so then shall he be reborn into the world of living. The man, the very thought of whom makes you shrink in terror. You mean my dad? Okay, that is apparently my dad. Enough, shut your sticking mask face, that's enough. Think I'm scared? Don't make me laugh, I've been hunting monsters for 10 years. The ninja is almost ready, one more second he says. I can handle 1 or 2 of those guys with a flick of the finger, you got that? Don't get so excited. You loved your father so much that you're wandering aimlessly in search of him. So yeah, look, I'm just out of revenge from my parents, so no you're concerned. So he's basically Batman. He's like a Batman that's capable of acquiring the souls of monsters. Strange words for somebody who still desperately wants to believe his father's alive. Now you're starting to really tick me off. Say another word and I'll smash your faces in. Slow down, don't worry, we have a proper opponent for you. To sweep away the accumulation of malice, you must do battle. So I'm assuming that malice is some kind of like end state. And we literally have to fight it. We literally have to fight malice itself in order to avoid the lost condition. Auto lost condition. I hate that I did not get that. I got convert. I'm also good. I don't know if Zori is back yet. He may or may not be. I did not see what the thing did to me. Oh no, I double tapped. I didn't need a double tap, man. Okay, they're actually doing stuff. Here we go. Let's turn music back on. And then I'm gonna put myself up so I can auto attack things. And we're gonna save state this just in case. Save state 1. Save state 2. I'm gonna lower the inter-game player so you can actually see what I'm fighting. And just like that, we're back, baby. Can we give it up? Can we give it up for the stream? Didn't realize the little friend was back yet. All good. Totally fine. I don't know what fascination the ninja has for being on like the very edge. but I do wish that he just like wouldn't. Just would wish that he would be literally on any other part of the 360 degrees in relation to the monster. I would love that for me. Alright, do me. Alright, do me. Somebody do me. I'm ready to be done. Take me out of the oven because I'm so done. There we go. I knew you'd rescue me, Tom. Holy crap. What was that? 943? 943 plus 471. 1400 damage, dude.
Slayer. First blood. Monster kill.
My goodness. Who needs pole arms? I certainly don't, and I definitely had food on when I did it. when I did that, I definitely had food. I definitely had food going on. I do be shooting. I do be blasting. There we go. We wanted that defense down, baby.
Finish him.
Pretty soon I'm gonna have to do a audio rebalance. I messed around with a lot of filters recently after I upgraded my microphone. Whoa, don't even ask me what happened there, dude. I could not tell you. For everyone that simultaneously threw up when I did like 5,000 spins, I apologize. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, filters. So I was using some kind of filter to make my prior microphone sound better than it actually did. With the consequence of it apparently elevating sounds that were quiet and making loud sounds quieter than normal. Which was fine. But it did make me audio balance things for the wrong reasons. So now I've ended up in a situation where some sounds that were plenty loud already actually needed to be toned down, and some sounds that apparently started off quiet or the sounds that started up, I don't know what I'm trying to say, dude. Basically, like, up is down and down is up. And I'm gonna need to like completely revamp my soundboard setup, including all literally 200 sounds that I have on this thing, in order to figure out which ones I can actually have some maneuverability with in terms of how loud they are. Because some sounds are relatively quiet at max volume, so I'm gonna need to do something about those. But that's gonna be like a 2-3 hour project, and you might think to yourself, who cares? It's literally just sounds. You don't understand. Once you've tasted the power of the soundboard, you can't untaste it. It's tasted forever. It enters your your pleasure palace. It's apparently the combination of words my brain summed up. I really appreciate that, brain. Thank you. It never leaves you. You can't unsoundboard yourself once you've been soundboarded. Why does this thief stand over here? Why is he standing over here? I mean, it's fine if he moves up, but it does send me a little bit when he doesn't. This is a good song for this. Let me just say, Tom, the way that you poke the bird over and over again is chef's kiss. It's real good stuff. Do you think that in the in-game lore that blacksmiths prefer to make weapons for Tarotaro because they don't have to spend as much time and metal on it? These are the things that keep me up at night. Congratulations. Alright, I'm ready. Send me in. Send me in, do me. Here he goes. Here comes. Here comes. He's gonna do it. There he goes. There it goes, dude. The big deeps. 883-441. Porter good. And then the gravitation after that. Holy crap. Sorry. That's a lot of damage.
That's a huge bitch.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Let's put it back on video game BPM mode, because I think that I swapped this over to video game lo-fi. This is a good one. We're gonna hold on to our sneak attack because we have hide up. And we want to use hide in tandem with Sata whenever we possibly can. It's not strictly necessary. We seem to be doing plenty of damage without it, but I have it, so I must use it. Give me that juicy defense down, please. I would greatly appreciate it. There we go. He can stand close to the edge. He just can't stand with his back to the edge. That's what gets me. Where? Come on. Go ahead and do it now. There you go now. There we go. Nope, it's still on him. There we go. You won't. What to get there? Come on now. There you go. You never kind of get used to it. There is a lot of dopamine that's inherent to setting like that. It's nowhere near as consistent as, say, like just getting another samurai Lamau. But it does hit different in its own way. Alright, let's try to get another defense down off. AKA farmed marksmanship skill. Which is definitely not our primary concern. Maybe it is our primary concern. I'm still gonna keep doing it, even though it's almost dead. I'm getting TP. Just let him cook. Just let me cook. Is Spotify too loud? You can tell me honestly if it is. I'm seeing the bars creep up in ways that I'm not totally preferring. Want to make sure that's not so loud as to be obnoxious. But I think that we found a pretty good balance. With every stream that I do, I listen to portions of it afterward to make sure that the audio balance seems to be good in all the ways that I would prefer. I don't know if this matters to anyone, or if you're content with how your add-on situation is. If anyone cares or is curious about what add-ons I use, including what add-ons I've turned on in the launcher, and a set of links for each, you can type !Horizon in chat and get a breakdown of everything that I use. All of it is street legal. The only thing that's not listed on there is deeps, which is something that you can turn on in the Horizon launcher in order to get a parser, which is to see how accurate and how much damage you're doing, also in relation to other people. You would primarily want it, I would imagine, in order to see where your damage numbers stack up if you're like a damage dealer, and how accurate you are, because you can get up to like 95% accuracy as a rule. So like avoiding a situation where you are somehow too accurate, like you're stacking too much accuracy gear along with accuracy food, which is a real concern once you get like past level 60. I don't have Trick Attack up, by the way. Hopefully you don't use it to publish at the end of a party what each person's damage numbers are. The parser does allow you to do that. I got a piece in 30 minutes. Let me know if you want me to get a rep as it gets closer. It'd be a shame for us to leave this party because it is very consistent, high quality experience. I can have one head on the way now if you like, sure. But I can feel after like the relatively intense conversation that I had with my supervisor today, I'm starting to feel my voice going. And in the likely event that we stream tomorrow, I want to preserve it as much as possible. Let's go on this. As you can imagine, maybe not, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to literally never shut up for approximately 3+ hours. A lot on your vocal cords, that is. I basically just open up the sluice gate of random tertiary knowledge or thoughts in my brain until it's all vented out by the end of the stream. So I would certainly be happy to keep going if that were not the case. But we should be able to get close to, if not 66. I'm not going to make the rep wait for me to get 66. It's not that important to me. We'll get the levels regardless. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Got double Dragoon on the way. It has been said. They have spoken. Everyone in the party has been doing real good. The ninja is ninjaing. The warrior is warrioring. The red mage seems well adjusted. Pass on. Why are you putting your back to the... Why are you putting the back to the corner? It's not even worth... I'm just gonna let it ride and hope that it sticks to him. Why would you put your back to the corner? You know I'm trying to go back there. Come on, man. I don't want to have to be inside you to do my job, okay? Shouldn't need to be inside you. It's bouncing. The hate is bouncing. It's bouncing. Nope. Rip. So I'm pretty set on doing some kind of healing roll after I get deep to 75, but I'm not sure what. I think that white mage is in high demand for like cure bombing reasons after like level 70 when they get access to cure 5 or whatever. That's supposed to let them do massive cure dumps without the subsequent increase in hate. Like cure 5 is supposed to be relatively hate-free, which is very confusing to me. But it's supposed to be like one of their core advantages. Am I right or am I right? But like red mage is considered more supporty in the sense that they get access to refresh, which is very hard for people to do without. After, basically, depending on who you ask, anytime after 40. I would like to hit the monster. Okay, apparently it's just not in the cards for me. I missed Zori's opening, perhaps with time. Oh, apparently it doesn't even matter because he can just get TB when he wants. Who else is leaving? They said that they were grabbing double dragoons. I'm not sure. I got you, fam. The fact that you can basically get TP on demand is kind of insane to me. And this is with me having experienced almost at Dark Knights, which is not at all the case. Having experienced Samurai for arguably years, it's still staggering to me how you can just swing and then get back like 300 TP. Just for basically like breathing. And then you're like, oh, I need TP now. Let me just. We're gonna weapon skill here. Trick attack's not gonna be up for like another 10 seconds. Rest in peace, little Taru. Oh, it's going after me. That's a strange choice. Very interesting, all according to Keikaku. But I also have this, because I like to burn money, I also enjoy the thought of rolling with Ranger and using primarily guns. If not exclusively guns, if I can help it. You know, to really represent Bastoken military superiority. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. It's definitely in no universe is Sweaty Ranger going to be more expensive than Sweaty Ninja. I've used Shuriken. Okay, I used Shuriken. I spent my 13,000 to 14,000 per stack times 4 per fight. Okay, nothing is going to be more expensive than that. There's just no way. I'm honestly worried more that I won't be able to find the bullets that I desire when needed. Because I know that there seems to be a very low amount of bullets at any one time. At least bronze bullets. Too soon, I think. You got bit by the same bug that bit me, man. You're like, surely I'm within the 0.1 seconds. And the game says no. Game says no. If there's a rep coming for me, I'm not going to refresh my food. If this disturbs you in some way, go with God. That's my sincere recommendation to you. I wonder if BioWare came up with the whole like wizards trying to open up the gates to paradise idea from Final Fantasy XI. Do we have any intel on that? I'm just gonna use sneak attack on this. There's not enough health for me to justify. Not enough health for me to justify that. I preferably would want to use SATA like as like an opening move. I savage up, don't mind if I do. There we go. A cool 1100. Zori, how the
Excuse me, bitch.
how are you able to get like 1,000 TP just for being there? I know that you literally have an ability that does it, but it's crazy to me that you could just decide to have a weapon skill when you want. Although I could, if only for the meme, I could try to make Samurai Tank work. I did make Paladin Greatsword work. Your mileage may vary how well. I think reasonably well. It definitely started to become problematic around like level 70, which is when I stopped using Greatswords. If only because the amount of damage that I was taking at that point started to outweigh the extra threat enmity that I was generating from doing big funny numbers. But it was very satisfying to be a tank and do like 600, 700 damage unironically. So like a crescent moon or something. Let's keep trying to build marksmanship skill. Did we cap it? We didn't cap it. It's got to be capped soon. If you think this is bad, let me put on Saburo. Well, you get... It's occasionally attacked 2 to 3 times, right? How did you even get that? Was this... Isn't it something that drops from like a Sapatender? Or a Cactuar? I think it does, right? I don't know how I know that. Or maybe I don't know that. And they're just like phantom memories.
I will send you to Jesus.
A hunter must hunt.
Just because thou art wielding 2 katanas does not mean that thy body is not 70% mac and cheese.
It drops from a pop bomb cluster NM. Okay. Did you do it with the full party, or was it not that hard? I'm assuming it was hard enough to need to bring a whole party. If only because, you know, given the nature that it's level capped, they would typically base most content like that around said cap. Yeah, it was kind of hard. What was hard about it? Was it just trying to explode? Or maybe it had like 100 fists or something. I would try to hunt Joyus. If not for its insanely large pop window and frequent competition. And because once I have Joyus, then it would like preclude me to play on Paladin forever, and I don't want to get locked into that. Has a very powerful blade spike. Almost 50 damage. Oh my god. Oh. That is, as the cool kids say, and there's street vernacular, bananas.
Just because thou art wielding 2 katanas does...
You are maidenless.
That do be a lot of damage though. 8 seconds of trick attack, but don't wait for me. Life will find a way. Like right now. I don't like that it spent that on me. Or that hit me with that. That sucks. Guess what, chat? There is less than a month until Armored Core 6 comes out. I don't know how many of you are as excited as I am, given the fact that I mention it at least once a stream, if not every other stream. But I listened to Vadi's video, or Vadi Video's video on it. Say that 10 times fast. And I listened and watched about 2 minutes of it before I had to make myself stop. Because he started talking about the first mission, and I want to go into it with literally no spoilers. Most games I don't trust from certain publishers to be good enough to not risk accidentally or incidentally spoiling myself on aspects of it by watching a review. I can take it for granted that this ninja is gonna make me insane. How am I supposed to go behind him? Like this? No, go in front of me. I was in a party with Yame, Scythius, and Sai a couple days ago, and I was doing 3 skill chains with all of them per fight. Insane. That is kind of like, woo! We got a level 66, dude. Let's go.
Now we can devour God together.
Let's go. We hit our goal. Unlimited power.
Give me something to shoot. Ready to roll out. Upgrade complete.
Hobby.
Jacked up and good to go. Give me something to shoot.
Very good. Only like 200,000 more experience to go. Or whatever the number is. Only 200,000. Which is what? 200,000 divided by 180. I only have to kill 1,100 more monsters. No problem. Congratulations. $1,100 monsters not too bad. When you put it in context of how much experience you actually need to get to 75, it seems kind of like horrifying on his face. That's not that bad. Hey Shooty, I Blasty. I would like to inflict defense down, even though it's already well over half dead. We do have hideout, so we're gonna take advantage of that. I'm just gonna keep harvesting marksmanship skill, don't mind me. While I have the opportunity. We'll end it, that's fine. We'll let the next opportunity roll around. Oh my god, please. Yeah, that should be considered behind it. Very good. Let's get in the sweet spot. And fire away, baby. So I know that the sweet spot is supposed to make you do, what? More damage? Be more accurate? I'm not really sure. I know that people say that you want to see that message that the monster is hit squarely. But what does that mean? Is it like a pseudo crit? Does it roll as the number as high as it possibly can? I'm not sure. Are we capped yet? We're not. I expect to hear that a lot until we get a rep here. Ooh, I learned Shark Bite. That's interesting. I mean, basically you ride Shark Bite until the Visceration, which I'm still debating whether or not I'm gonna get. I don't typically leave stones unturned, so it is very likely that I'm going to make a good faith attempt to get it. Damn it, Derek says use it. Shark Bite or get Evisceration? Shark Bite for light, Evisceration for dark. All right, Derek, since you say it, it's weighing me even more heavily because you and I go way back. I think. Probably. We probably go way back. Like that one time. You remember the time? Oh boy, you definitely remember the time. If I remember the time, you remember the time. Need a water closet break. Hariel, your rep is almost here now. It was not in band camp. It was right before band camp. It took me forever to clean all that stuff off of me, by the way. You know what I'm talking about? IYKYK. You can do 1k Shark Bite if you got some weapon skill gear. Unfortunately, I don't. I'm not fully sweatlording Thief, even though I did for a Paladin, but that was my frame of mind was that Paladin is and was going to be my main in perpetuity until Blue Mage came out. I can bet you 1,000 Stoic dollars, which are not redeemable for anything, but they're nice to have, that when Blue Mage comes out, I am going to sweat the sweatiest sweat that I've ever sweat to date. But on Thief, I'm content to just stack accuracy, dexterity, and agility, and then just ride it out the rest of the way. Blue Mage will be fun, for sure. I'm not looking to the proverbial avalanche of people hopping aboard the blue train. I do think that phase of the expansion is going to rapidly clear itself out within the span of my guess about like a month to a month and a half, when people realize that acquiring any spell, including some of the most critical ones, is going to require you to deal with essentially like 15 to 20% of a chance that a mob is going to use the given ability that you need at all, and then a chance after that to actually learn the spell. People are going to be able to tolerate that until about like maybe level 20, 30. And then they're going to be like, this sucks. I'm just going to get on Dragoon and Polearm's going to go burr. The truly psychotic will treat, aka myself, I'm including myself in that, are going to have a literal checklist of all the Blue Mage spells in the game. And they already have. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it really easily behind the chat. That's reserved for like you people watching YouTube, so they can see what's happening in the chat while they're rewatching the VOD. But I have equip sets for every attribute, because as you may or may not know, Blue Mage spells can require a variety of different attributes. Which is kind of crazy because they're also affected by Beastmaster-esque correlation effects, which means that if you're using a spell that is traditionally considered from a monster family group that is considered stronger than another family group, then you get like an extra 10% damage on that spell. You know, this is before you consider whether or not that spell is going to be useful or not to use. Like, nobody, unless they adjust it, nobody is going to use Thousand Needles. They're just not. Spending 250 or 350 MP, I can't remember which, on the chance to do up to 1,000, but more likely it's going to be resisted, is insanity. They say that they're going to make power level adjustments to it. I can imagine at minimum that's going to mean I think that my rep is here. I think the other rep is here. Mimnock. Let's try to squeeze out some more marksmanship skills while we're here. But Blue Mage is like an extreme IMO. Let me just say that IMO. It's an extremely high skill ceiling job. It's so high skill ceiling that it is almost self-defeating in the sense that outside of people having to invite blue mages because that's literally all that there's going to be when Ottergon comes out, and like a mix of puppet masters and corsairs, but I imagine that a disproportionate number of people in my prediction are going to go blue mage. Thank you all for party. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good one. You too. This party was great. Okay. That looks good. But yes, case in point, I'm irrationally excited for Blue Mage. I have immense faith in the dev team. I have felt nothing but good feelings this entire time being on the server. Whatever adjustments that they're going to make, even if they impact certain aspects of Blue Mage that I appreciate more heavily than others, such as it's very funny, but also kind of broken, that you can stun virtually anything in the game pre-Ottergon in perpetuity for like 8 MP for upwards of 2 to 3 seconds ad nauseum every 10 seconds. It probably needs to be adjusted. If they leave headbutt alone, I'm going to be deeply, extremely, overtly surprised. Okay, the Dragoon is getting naked. I should probably avoid looking at them, otherwise I'm going to get TOS. Get your own low-level jobs up while you can before blue. All the blue are going to be holding mobs to try to learn spells. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to do this, but it would probably be smart on my part to wait until people get sick of trying to make Blue Mage work and learn all the spells. So my guess is like 2 to 3 weeks before I start leveling also. But saying this, I guarantee you I'm gonna try to get Blue Mage offline or online, Freudian slip there, day 1. I can guarantee you that's gonna happen. I won't be able to resist the siren call, man. I'm just not gonna be able to. All right, let's look at Twitch. Next stream is extremely likely going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard or regional equivalent tomorrow in the in-game Year of Our Lord 1423 or whatever it is. Let's find someone to send you guys to. It's been a while since we sent anybody to Beauregard, so let's just do that. I greatly appreciate you being here. If you have not followed yet and you like what you've seen or heard and you want updates when I'm around, following me is free, and you can always just unfollow me if you decide later or at any point that I suck. I will not be upset with you. I'll just be disappointed in you in a very dad-like way, and I'll adjust as will you. /raid, Beauregard. Otherwise, I will very likely, probably, almost certainly see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna press the button. You guys take care. Goodbye, bye, bye. Miss you already. Bye. See you later. Bye, bye, bye. Have a good one. Have a good one, friends. Bye, bye, bye. Get out of here.